Game over.
Another one.
Boy.
Do not be sorry. Be better.
Another one.
You are too quick to temper. You are rash, insubordinate, and out of control. This will not stand. Do not be sorry. Be better.
Boy. Boy. Boy.
Do not be sorry. Be better.
And so everything that we're doing with our content, with our, our cloud.
Means when I think about Xbox, I'm going to think about quality games. We have work to do there.
Games to our platform, because in the end I think the gamers play the games.
Of course they do.
They don't play the studios. They don't
true.
play the resolution numbers, right? They play the games, and we want to make sure the best games are there.
Boy.
You are too quick to temper. You are rash, insubordinate, and out of control. This will not stand.
Turn 10 and how we started Forza. And they've turned into a great racing studio that does an amazing job. And I know it takes a little bit longer, and maybe people like the quick, hey, why don't you just go buy this studio and bring them in? And we're completely open to that. Microsoft has the money. I have the green light, so to speak, in your terms, to go and acquire studios. Again, I just think it's the goal for us is to bring the best games to the platform. And if a studio wants to maintain its independence but work with a first party, I think that's fine. And the game, I think it's great, actually. And I think our ability to partner with those people and bring the best games to our platform is as strong as it would be if they were owned by us.
Right. Well, I hope you're ready to back.
And with that, let the show begin. Yo, grinders, what's up? It's Monday night. It's the Gaming Grindhouse night. You know what that's going on. You know what's going on, everybody. It is Monday night Gaming Grindhouse. The doors are open. Come on in. Sit by the fire. It'll be standing room only tonight because we got some talking to do. And if you've been a member, you've been listening to this show, you've been listening to what grinds my gears back in the day. Man, it is spooky stuff out there of what is going down. And this goes even way back 3-4 years ago we're talking about. And then even talking about what's up, Frogs? How you doing, man?
What's up?
Even what we were talking about the Series S and what's going on with that. But first, I got to shout out, Kratos99, thank you again, giving 5 Gaming Grindhouse memberships so they could be flexing those VIP emojis. Shout out to the new VIP grinders, Truth Serum, Log Hog, 7J, Josh Ayers, and Jeff B Gaming. And without further ado, why don't we go check on the quality splits? Because you know what? These guys, VIP grinders, been here. They know what's going on. Let's go see what's going on with the VIP grinders. We got to shout them out right now. Shout out to the VIP. Where is the party music? Herman? Uh-oh. Herman, get the music going. There it is. Oh, Herman was just making everybody wait. Oh, there he is. Herman. Come on now. You know it's about the quality. I've been doing so much with my quality splits. I got a new thing tonight. Everybody, you're going to hear it first. But first, I want to say thank you to all the VIP grinders. My shirt is out. My machismo is oozing. And I got the chains and chest hairs out for quality. Not that Phil Spencer Halo rat shit. I'm Halo. I'm Herman Holst. Quality. GPU. Quality. Everything. I even have my own quality flute that you will hear tonight. What? Holy crap. Herman Holst is going to deliver the quality flute. Phil, man, we'll talk about that. Holy, Herman Holst, incredible news drop right now. The quality flute. But first, the VIP grinders. He's drinking Yuengling beer tonight. Yes, Yuengling beer is the evening's drink. Oh man, he's talking about some drinks. Shout out to all the VIPs, Donnell Brown, and everybody that's on here. Herman Holtz cannot split any further, everybody. Keep that booster outside. We're talking booster today. Booster stays on the other side of that wall. See him back there? You see booster? That's where he stays, outside the club. Thank you again, Mr. Herman Holtz, and thank you to the VIP grinders. My goodness, my goodness. I don't know if anybody really... Hold on, let me fix my title video here. I don't know if anybody got that, but Herman Holst. Phil was saying he had the flute solo. And Herman Holtz just dropped some incredible news this early in the Gaming Grindhouse. He has his own quality flute. Man, just when Phil wants to compete and said he had a flute solo, Herman Holtz and Sony yet again. Blame Sony. Hashtag blame Sony for Microsoft's woes. Herman Holtz introduced the quality flute. And you'll be hearing that this evening. And it will combat the Phil Spencer flute, as we know, with the flute. We got... there's the flute. Even Phil even had, man, flute starting off early. Let us compete, he says. Herman says no. Oh my God, Phil, stop with the flute. Jesus, Phil's still going. Phil, cut it out with the flute. You're not impressing anybody. There's quality flutes in the house. Grinders, do you want to hear the quality flute? Because now Phil can't even have a flute solo without us getting started. Frog, do you want to hear the quality flute from Herman Holtz? He's even beaten, dude, he's even beaten Phil Spencer in his own flute game. I can't believe how we're starting this off. It was an incredible announcement by Mr. Herman Holtz. Herman, please demonstrate. Okay. I'm going to demonstrate the quality flute, the Herman Holtz flute. You know, Microsoft wants to compete, so I'm going to give them my flute. Herman, please. We heard enough. I want to hear that Phil flute one more time, he says. Okay, here it goes. Man, that Phil flute. Oh, my God, Phil. Yes, let you compete. Yes, 70-30, we know. 80-20, we know. Oh, my God, Phil, please. Herman, please, clean our ears. Give us that quality flute. Ladies and gentlemen of the Grindhouse, here is the Herman Holtz quality flute. Holy shit! Do you hear the quality flute? Oh, my God. That is the quality flute. Wow. Wow. He showed up, Phil Ness, on that one. Holy crap. Phil, you got to go back to the drawing board. That is RIP. Rest X. That is the quality flute is in the house. Wow. Jesus. Man, Microsoft can't even compete with flute sounds. Jeez, my goodness. Even Herman blames Sony for... That's it. Phil tried to get a career in the flute. Didn't work out. Herman Holtz showed him up with his quality flute. Incredible. Incredible. We need... we want the... Yes. We will have the quality flute as an icon in the chat box. Yes, we will have that. Yes, it is. The quality flute. Wow. But anyway, enough. Microsoft couldn't even get 10 minutes into the show and they're already losing. Oh my goodness. Let us compete, they said. Hit that like button, grinders. It is going to be a messy, crazy show. The 3 C's will be falling off your screen. We have The Last of Us, no spoilers, episode 7. Very quick, we'll go through that one. PSVR 2 impressions and games. Oh, I forgot to grab the capture. Okay, anyway. And then DualSense Edge is in the Grindhouse. I got that on Sunday. Talking about just early impressions. Oh, my man. Oh, my God, that thing is incredible. And then we get to the nitty-gritty, the things that everybody wants to hear about, besides the PSVR 2. But Xbox can't handle the performance over the PS5. Wow. Blame Booster, they're saying.
Oh.
What's up, Thresh? And then Activision Microsoft deal falls through. Will Xbox be sold off is the rumor right now. And Phil is swinging at the fences, trying to say fake news. But man, oh man, I don't know how long you could go around saying we suck. Don't buy our games. We suck. And people are going to say, you suck so bad. You made it so that. Anyway, we'll get into that. God damn. They can't get themselves out of the lies. What's up, Thrash? How you guys doing? What up? They're the Grinders, Kratos, Lord Hogue, Twisted Sink. How you doing? Sam Elton, Jeff B. Gaming. Carl, how you doing? I saw you earlier today. Zero Steel. So definitely hit that like button, grinders, as you come in here. Man, I don't know what the hell some of these sounds are. I don't even know. I got some. Anyway. Frog, did you see Last of Us last night? You were busy all weekend. I haven't seen you.
No, so I didn't get to see it last night. Have in-laws in town visiting.
Gotcha.
So my sister-in-law's birthday's today, and then my wife's birthday's like freaking 11 days later because they're like a year apart. And so they're all my sister-in-law, my wife, well, actually, my two sister-in-laws, my wife and my mother-in-law are down in Miami celebrating birthdays. So I got the house basically to myself with the dogs.
Frog's happy. We heard. Wait, there's a birthday. There's a birthday in the grindhouse.
Happy birthday, Philness. Where are free in games? You are filthy. Come on, Xbox. Happy birthday, Philness.
Oh man, there's a birthday in the grindhouse. They're celebrating the birthdays. I don't know if they want the birthday of Phil next, but there you go.
What I'll say is I didn't get to see it. As a matter of fact, not only have I not got to see it, I didn't get to finish the last episode because I tried to watch it. I tried to watch it with my wife, but she's one of those people that if I watch it without her, she's like, "You watch it without me," but it takes her forever to watch it with me because she's always busy. So I'm watching on her terms, which is kind of sucks. Because then I'm like, I want to talk about it, but I can't because basically everybody else is like, oh, we've already seen it.
Yeah. So. Well, I did watch it last night, and again, no spoils on it. But as you know, well, I don't know if you even know, but they did cover the DLC in it. That's all I'll say. So it is.
Okay.
Yeah. So since you didn't even see the last episode, I'm not gonna spoil this one. But I gotta say, they did it really well. I gotta say, one of the things, again, a general thing without spoiling anything, is that the environmental storytelling that they have done in this show, overall, all these episodes, has been incredible. Like, it ripped some things right out of the game, and it is just telling the story without telling the story, just with the environmental. I tell you, it is really incredible. And I think the other thing now, we only have 2 more episodes left after this one, episode 7. And one of the things that I'm noticing is that, and I think some people, there's some criticism online about it, is that this is not Walking Dead. This is not Joel and Ellie dropping, killing 20 freakers in an episode. There's very, very little, that kind of like that type of Walking Dead. Let's just do a bunch of zombie gore for effect, and let's kill a whole bunch of zombies. Like, even after the fact, they would name the killings of the zombies. That's how creative they were getting. How can we creatively kill zombies? This is not Walking Dead at all. This is not like, hey, let's get some freakers in here and stuff like that for effect, get that zombie there. This really is a mature story telling about 2 people living in the apocalypse with bad histories and going through and meeting different other people in the apocalypse. And it happens to be these freakers and these other things going on with this cordyceps going on. And I think that it is different because people, I think, sometimes will going in here thinking it's Walking Dead. I agree. I think there should be just a bit more action into it. Like, I think they pulled out from one of my criticisms for here is that I think they pulled out a little bit too much of the gameplay element. Like, they took a lot of the gaming out of it. And those are some iconic kind of battles and things like that. Like, I was happy they put the sniper part in there and things like that, but I feel like they should have a couple more little iconic set piece fights. And I know what we're coming up to, but just with the cordyceps and stuff, fighting the freakers and stuff, I think there could have been a little bit more as we're getting into the last 2 episodes. So that's the one criticism I say. Like, I would, maybe the second season they're going to ramp it up a little bit. But again, that's just going to be more characters, which means more explanation as to what the story is. So that's probably going to leave less action scenes. But they really kind of shied away from a lot of the action stuff and just really went for the storytelling. But again, it's the pacing and the characters that you care about. And I think they're doing a pretty damn good job on it. But the one criticism I'll say is, it'll be cool to have some of those set piece battles that went on in the game. That they kind of just seem to be like just going right to character development and not in there. But we will see how they do the next 2 episodes. But I'm really enjoying it. I look forward to it every Sunday night. Watching with my wife, she watches as well, and really thinking it's a great show. Like it's really the little homages to the game that they put in there, and I'm really happy too that I was able to play the game again right before the show. So this was fresh in my memory. I was playing it. But I encourage everybody, it's the biggest thing on TV right now, and it's booming sales of Last of Us, so it's good for gaming, it's good for me, good for the Grindhouse, because it's good for gaming. Hit that like button, everybody, as you're coming on in. The next question, Frog, and I know probably you're going to say no to this. You got your PSVR 2, right?
I did not get it yet.
What? You were supposed to get it Friday.
I was supposed to get it Friday, did not. Okay, so this is why. So let me put a caveat there. So I did not get it. Just like Metroid Prime Remastered came out the 22nd.
Yeah.
I just got it today.
Whoa.
So something's going on with the shipping in my area. I just got my Metroid Prime today. So I should receive my VR sometime this week.
Holy.
Yeah. Because it's sent off.
Yeah, because you said it was a couple days, right? Yeah.
Yep. Sent off, just didn't get it. I don't know what's going on. It's a shipping in my area. I don't know what's going on. It was supposed to be here, but I don't know why it's not here.
That's crazy.
Like, okay. I'm just like super excited to play it.
Yeah.
Now I didn't get the one with the game you got.
Yeah.
I just got the regular VR set, so I was like, man, I was watching Sick Humor play, and I was like, damn, should I have got that?
Yes, you need to get that game.
I think I should have.
Dude, that game is, yeah. So my VR impressions, and I can't believe I did not pull. I recorded. It's gonna take too long. I can't do it live. I was gonna pull it off my PlayStation now on the hard drive and try to grab some gameplay because I played Pavlov today and probably could grab some content from it to show you what it looks like. But I played Pavlov and I played the Swordsman. But I played a tons of stuff. I did the VR. I did the GT7 VR. I did the Horizon. I did the NFL. I've been playing pretty much everything on there. Let me tell you. So the Horizon, just to speak to that one, dude, it is incredible. The first opening scene when you're sitting there on the boat, that thing is incredibly immersive. And then when you start climbing and you see the interactivity that you have with the VR, it is absolutely insane. So I definitely recommend that game. But I'm gonna be playing a couple. I streamed Moss. Everybody saw me stream Moss, which I got a review code on that one. I plan to do a review on Moss 2. I got a code on there. Give some impressions on that as well. I got a code for that. But otherwise, dude, I'm just like, I have it on the stand. People saw and follow me on Twitter. You see the stand. I got the stand for $49, $44 it was. And it has like a light. It holds the headset up there, charges the controllers, and holds the headset, my headphones on there as well. And also that charges my headphones as well on there. So been rocking that thing. That thing is pretty awesome. But like I say, the hardware I did an unboxing, it is light. That USB cable, which nobody's tripping over those things right now. Like really. And I got mine coming off of the back because I play on projector. So I have my PlayStation coming, like the wires coming over the couch. So it's not like flat on the ground. And I'm telling you, man, it is what's up, HG? How you doing? It is really, really cool. Like I think that it is the cable is not really that much in the way at all. And really the controllers are next level stuff. That's the main thing. Once you played from the first VR to the second one, just looking at those controllers on my table right there, I'm ready. I'm like ready to go. Like those controllers are the things that I'm really, really immersive. Like they are absolutely incredible. How they interact and the movement and I'm telling you, I was playing Pavlov and I wish I could show the video. I saved it and I wanted to show it, but it's gonna take too long. But Pavlov actually is almost like Call of Duty in VR, right? And that game, you aim down the sights. And your controller is basically that is steady as can be, and it was awesome. Like I say, it was like you're aiming down sights with a sniper rifle with an AR gun, and you could actually, Frog, you could take the gun, you turn it on its side. Let me see if I can get some gameplay of it. I can't believe I didn't grab the off my PlayStation, because I recorded the last 15 minutes of it. Is this it? Yeah, here's here's just some gameplay of it. Just to show people what this thing. But this game is $25, I believe. And this game is really, really cool. So you turn your gun on the side and you can put attachments onto it. It's almost like the gun creator as you're going. And I'm telling you, like, I thought I was going to get nauseous going around like this, dude. I can't wait for Firewall Ultra. That's right, Kratos. Firewall Ultra is going to be using Unreal 5. Can't wait for that one. But yeah, like, this game, it has the gore on it. This Pavlov is like $25. It has like a zombie horde mode. And this is basically like Call of Duty, man. You run around and you have a knife in your pocket, grenades, and it is really cool. But I didn't really get motion sick from this at all. Like, I put it on the experience where it doesn't do the goggles look around there, and it was incredible.
I was going to ask you, since you've been playing, what is the, like, because I have a PSVR 1, and I guess what everybody's saying is, from what I've seen, people who own it are like, it's a night and day difference.
Yes.
Like, immediately you notice it.
It is.
If you had the first VR, you will immediately notice night and day. Is it that drastic?
Yep. Yes. You'll notice a difference just from the view, the clarity, the colors, and the clarity, the colors, and also the wide field of view. You're going to see that, dude. Like, it is pretty crazy. Like, how, like, you're just gonna be like, wow, like, you're really in there. And because the fit is similar to the first one, so like, you're not going to feel like any major differences with the fit, because the fit's pretty much the same. It's really the screen. It's incredible. But also, here's a tip too. You want to make sure when it's on your forehead, you want to adjust it so the words are clear, because a lot of times, if you just put it on your forehead and think it's clear, and it's like, it's blurry, you just move the headset up and down, the whole head unit up and down, right? And then you'll see if it's clear enough. And then once it's clear, then take the dial behind and lock it in. So there's a grindhouse tip. So put the headset on, move the whole headset on your forehead up and down till the words are clear, and then lock it in. And then you can move the screen closer and further away of how comfortable you want it. But I would say, lock it in with the dial once you see it in there. Resident Evil is incredible. I did the demo of that. That was absolutely incredible. I didn't get into not the demo. I did the intro to it. I did not get into the full game, because as soon as they told me, "Oh, set up the fuse," and they gave me a flashlight, and I had to walk around in a dark garage, I was like, "Nah, I'm not in the mood for this right now," because that's some tense stuff. And I was like, "Yeah, I got to be in a mental mind frame to walk around the dark if nothing's gonna jump out at me." Especially in VR. If it's too late, I'm like, nah, not right now. So I turned that off. But the football game is pretty fun. But Horizon Call of the Mountain is absolutely the showpiece game. It looks like it's so clear. And also GT7. Hey, listen, you want to race a car, and even if you just sit in the car, it's absolutely incredible. Looking around at the dashboard, incredible.
So, inquiring minds want to know something. I got a question for you, Jez.
Yeah.
During your time since you've had a VR, have you found yourself in any entanglements?
No, I have not got entanglements. No entanglements, and no weight bearing me of the Chains of Olympus USB cable that hangs from the unit. Yeah, nothing about the entanglements. There's been some movements in some games that got me a little sick. Like, I got a little, like, I had to take the headset off and stuff like that. It was like the kayak game. I went into the storm, and it was like bloop, bloop, like up and down, and I was just like, yeah, I got a little seasick with that thing. But otherwise, dude, I did not get in any entanglements. No, that USB cable, it has some girth. I did show it on my thing. It does got some girth. But it is not something that you're tripping over and like ripping out. No, man, because you're not.
So
yeah.
So with the with the VR headset, it's basically the same comfort level. Cable has more girth, pause.
Yeah, it does.
And then, did you stand or did you sit? Did you do both?
Both.
And you know how to yeah. So how did it feel sitting versus standing, or was it very similar to like the PS1 VR?
Yeah.
Was it easier with this one?
So sitting, so I'm going to tell you the thing what's incredible with this is because this is inside out tracking, right? You going from a seated position to standing to room scale is really seamless because basically if you're sitting, you just say set play area and then it sets the play area around you and it does like a scan and just sets it up. If you stand up and move, it'll tell you that you're stepping out of your play zone. Do you want to reset your play area? And then you hit yes, and then it'll change it to standing, and it gives you enough around your room. Then if you want to scan your room, you could always rescan it and look around, and then use the map on the floor to kind of draw your area out and move into that. So moving from seated seats to down the couch, standing up, sitting down, you just reset the area, and it does it based off of the inside-out tracking. There's no like, hey, I'm sitting to the left, and my camera's in the middle. I can't move anywhere because the camera sees me here. If I stand up, now my camera sees my body, yeah.
So it seems like this VR for the introductory price is probably better than a lot of VRs out there that you would have to build a PC for. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. The setup is absolutely slick as hell. Like, I wish you could stream that and share it, but I'll have to like hook it. It'll be some weird setup here. But the way you set up and you see your room through the pass-through cameras and you just look around your room and it scans the 3D environment. It uses actually AR. Like you see a black and white video feed of the camera and then it does this blue overlay, and you've seen it online, basically of the room. So it scans your furniture, 3D modeling, 3D scanning everything to kind of come up with your play area. Then you take your controller and with all the haptics and stuff, you could kind of shoot the ground to kind of increase your area or decrease or take away. So you increase the space that you can work in. Then after that, you look down and Frog, it has the O's, the X's, the triangles, and the squares all on your floor. And you're looking down and it's in black and white and it's the craziest stuff. And you're looking down and it's the PlayStation symbols all on your floor. And that's basically it wants to make sure that that's the ground. So if you go down to pick something up, or if you're bending down for something, it makes the ground in the game match the ground in your
it
in your house.
It just sounds absolutely incredible.
It's incredible. You're gonna be like surreal setting this up. You're gonna look down like, holy crap, and then you hit OK.
I'm super excited.
And then what's crazy is then the screen you see your room through the camera, and then everything goes black because it's an OLED, so it goes all dark. And then you see stars just show up, and it looks like you're out in space because it's complete pitch dark in your face, and you're like. And then it just has gold come in as a spinning thing, 3D, and it says PlayStation VR. And it puts you right into the dashboard. Other things that people ask, yes, you could watch movies. Yes, you could watch YouTube. Yes, you could play any game on the big screen. You could have a own grinds theater strapped to your head. You could the size of the screen could be adjusted. You could do all that. And you could play 2D games in a 4K 120 hertz TV. So you can even turn on high refresh mode if you want to play games through the VR headset. If you want to sit back and just have this huge screen in front of you and basically turn on high refresh rate, because there's a high refresh rate monitor on your head. So you can watch movies. They don't have any fancy environments or anything like that. It's just basically a floating screen similar to the first PlayStation. It'll be cool if they did some environments. I've on the Oculus they had you're sitting in a hotel room, you're sitting on a beach, and you're watching it on a screen like Hulu or something like that. Well, we'll see what they do. They don't have a lot of apps. Like, there's no apps for this.
So what you're basically saying is, hold on.
Hello? Probably lost you. Hello? Oh, lost Frog. But yeah, any questions from the Grindhouse? Let me just have some VR stuff going on there. But yeah, so that was the other thing I did. I did the GT7 head tracking with the VR here. This was absolutely incredible. Like, get Frog, you back?
Okay, yeah, I'm back, man. You were sounding like a chipmunk for a
Oh,
minute.
damn.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to Discord, but I guess my question was, for this price point, would you say it's like, we're not saying exactly like, but similar to like if you just, you're like, if you want an OLED TV and you have a PlayStation and you don't want to spend that expensive price on OLED, and you're not trying to spend thousands of dollars, get this because it's similar quality to that OLED.
Oh, no. I wouldn't say go get a TV and get this instead, but it is an interesting.
Okay.
It's an interesting way to utilize it if you wanted to.
Okay.
Because one of the things too is if you just like the other cool thing is that you don't need to even turn on your TV. You could just turn on your PlayStation, turn off your TV, and if your PlayStation's still on, you could just put this VR and just be in the room. You don't need to be broadcasting this onto the TV.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
So you could just be in the room as long as you have enough light. I just turn on your lights. Like you can't be playing in pitch dark, because then it won't detect the camera. It won't detect the things, but the hand motion. But otherwise, yeah, like you could just sit back and just be like browsing your games and stuff like that, and just continue playing if you want to keep this headset on your head. So you can do that if you would like.
How is light bleeding? You get a lot of light bleeding?
None. There's no light. Yeah,
nice.
No. The way they have that gasket around the forehead, around your head, it blocks out all the light. There's nothing. Not even if you look down, because they have two. You'll see they'll have two flaps on the nose. One is like just like a kind of a block out. Gio, there's nothing. There's nothing like that on the PlayStation. But basically, like it blocks it out. So even if you look down, you won't see light coming up through your nose, because they actually have a very deep nose thing, nose guard, and extra flaps to kind of block that out. And they use all this with rubbers. Oh damn! They rub all of it is not hard plastic touching your face. It's all just like that rubber that they're using. That slinky stuff. It's very soft, and it basically just kind of molds to your face. And
hey, what's going on? First you said girth, now you're talking about rubbers.
Rubbers.
Sounds like the rear roof.
Yeah, rubbers.
Sounds like the rear rooftop party.
It does sound like a rooftop party. And then but yeah, so like it does block out a lot of light. There's not a lot of light bleed, and you could always take. And that's another cool thing with the way it's designed is you could press the button and pull the headset out a little bit, and you could look down at a phone or something like that, and then without taking the whole headset off, you could just pop the headset out, the screen out with the one movement without affecting it on your head, and look down and stuff, and then put it back on your face. So there's a lot. Yeah, it's incredible. No, I'm gonna tell you. So after you do like a VR experience, and let me show you some of the Swordsman, because this thing was wild. Stop it. Yeah. So let me show you some of the Swordsman game. So. Listen, when I take off this headset and you put this thing down on the couch. Oh, damn. Yes, right. Just wait. I was waiting for it. Was it the Swordsman? So this game. All right. I'm so pissed. I'm going to have to do a Grinds Bite or something talking about something. Well, I'm sure Microsoft will do something this week. They'll get me grinds my gears. But the Swordsman, man, this game, listen. If you can do it, like if you could think it, you can do it. That's what's so fun about VR, is that if you could think it, you can do it. So I'm playing this Swordsman game. They have the full Kraken in it, by the way. This Swordsman game, and you can just chop off people's heads and their arms and stab them and all this other stuff. Well, I'm doing this joust, like one-on-one with this guy, right? And I'm going for the legs, and you could go for the legs, and they start bleeding from the legs, and they're basically the guy's like, and then he's like, he breaks down, and then I'm, it's so funny because then after that he's like limping, and then I go for his face. The other one is I grabbed, so I killed one guy and he died, and then his sword fell down. I was like, you think I could dual wield swords? Yes, you can. I bent down, I picked down the other sword, and I had two swords in my hand. And I'm going against this next guy, and I'm using one sword, and I'm hitting him in the legs. Like, I'm going for the legs, and then I'm stabbing him and stuff. And then, like, if you get him in a fatality mode, he just kneels, and you could just basically like just take their whole head off. Or you could cut off their arms. And I put armor mode on, so, like, with the armor, Dude, it is like you can't just go in there wailing. Like you got to be strategic. You got to block them, and the feedback you feel like you feel the clang. You feel it. And
I was just getting ready to ask about
that. You feel it, and you get hit with the sword. Your head vibrates. Like you feel this thing. So you're just like, and then I got the other guy's shield. And I went in, and when he went to hit me, I used the shield to knock his sword away and then slap him in the face. And they react. It's almost like a fighting game. Like, you could punch people, too. The Kun said, the Kun 985 said, I punched a dude in the face and broke his neck. Yeah, you could do some crazy gore stuff to people, man. It is insane. And I was just like cutting off limbs, and you could still like stab them when they're on the ground. So I took a guy like a skewer. This is why I had the friggin' gameplay. My God, I can't believe I didn't pull it from the PlayStation. I recorded it. So I took the guys on the ground. I skewered them with the two swords, and then I took them and I was swinging them at the other guy. I had this guy. I was throwing the dead bodies at him. It was awesome. I was like, I had this guy skewered.
So what you're basically saying, if they wanted to, they can create a new Soldier of Fortune. It could be super gory.
Dude, they added so much, and then they added like a pirate mode to this where you fight the Kraken. They have like where you have a gun sword, but it's an RPG, so you're leveling up your guy. There's a story element to it. There's like 6 levels on this thing, and then there's like more DLC they've been adding to this. This is $20. Like the price is right too. That's the other thing about this. Is the price is right. Like these games are $25, $20. The Horizon one is $60. You know, the Star Wars one I think is $40 or $50. But the price of these other games, like even the Drum Hero for $20, you're playing. I streamed that game too. You're playing friggin' drums, man. My arms were sore like the next day, but it was rocking, man. And then I did the air guitar game. That's awesome too because the bars go with your hands and you use the touchpad on the controller to slide up and down, and you use one finger or 2 fingers, and you press like you're really using a guitar. The fidelity is incredible. That's the fidelity, the clarity. Now, granted, these graphics, these guys don't look like they're somebody out of a next-gen game, but it's good enough. It's not blurry, I tell you that. It's clear, but maybe that's why Horizon and GT7 is definitely the showpiece of graphics of what this thing's about to push. But these other games,
so
man,
this game is like kind of like one of those. Hey, this is an intro game to kind of see how the mechanics of the controller really works. And like Horizon and GT are like, yo, these are full-fledged games. Like,
no, these other games, no, that's the difference. Like these are not $20 demos. These are full-fledged games. Like that drum game has a whole. I streamed it. Everybody go watch my stream. I have a whole. There's a whole unlocking stuff. There are about 50 songs, 23, 40 songs or something like that. And there's like a whole act 1, act 2, like a full Guitar Hero gameplay. Probably about like 5-6 hours of drumming. And then they have challenges and stuff. It's a full-fledged game for $20. This sword fighting game, this Swordsman, this is another $20 game, but this is a full RPG campaign. Like that's the difference. These are not like tech demos where, hey, it's one level, let's fight this guy with a sword. No. Right. This is like a full, and then they added free DLC, like the pirate one you're seeing here, and some samurai stuff. They're adding other sword places, but these are full games. That's the other thing. These are all full games. Same thing we could talk about.
I played a lot of VR. I don't know a lot of VR games, but I guess my big question is, there's 2 major games. Like obviously, Gran Turismo is like the one I'm really anticipating when I get it. But I think my other 2 most anticipated games. One of them is Beat Saber because I play a lot.
Beat Saber's not out yet. There's no Beat Saber.
I can't. We play a lot of that as a family in VR. That's what we mainly do. Like we get game night for the family, and it's kind of Beat Saber kind of has that feel of like that Guitar Hero kind of feeling, like that Rock Band. Mm-hmm. It was just a great moment with the family. We could sit there and laugh and have fun and have drinks. But in the other game, I guess I'm hoping they announce, which I think they were. I think they will. Just listening to some people and just the quality of this VR, I think Half-Life Alyx is coming to this thing. I think it is.
Oh, I'm sure. They did announce 5 games last week, though. That they look pretty cool too. Yeah. Like and these look like games.
Why wouldn't that game come when it was such a great game? I just see that game. It kind of fits this headset. And I think
I'm
Sony,
sure something like that.
Sony, everybody says like the big thing that hurt the first headset was the controller, and everybody says the controller is perfect. Like it's perfect for what you need to do. Oh, that drum game looks awesome.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, it's polished as hell. These games are polished. These are not like bootleg hit, try out your VR, like $15, $20 demo.
Excited.
Dude, yeah, I fought the devil, dude. Like the boss came out, the devil fights out, and you have to do a drum roll to like send back Game Pass to his ass. He's trying to offer you Game Pass, and you're like,
is Among Us in VR? Is that one out?
No.
Damn. See, some of the games I know my wife wants to play. Like she was worried about Among Us, Beat Saber. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for what they didn't show. No, no. Realistically, I'm excited because everybody I've seen is playing is sick. Everybody's like, man, they said you can't really understand how big of a deal it is, how big of a difference you put it on. And they said, especially if you had the first headset, you're gonna be like, wow, you're gonna feel like that wow moment, like this is worth the money spent. You're gonna feel like, yeah, I can see why this is the price it is. Compared to like some of the PSVR headsets, you're gonna get out there and having to build a PC. They say you feel the quality. Like this feels like for what you're playing, like damn, there's a lot of quality here.
Yeah,
there's a lot of quality.
There is, dude.
That's what excites me more than anything because I
whatever your name is,
really an investment.
Get ready for the big surprise.
And just looking at PC gaming with VR, it's kind of, we know that Sony had the most comfortable headset last time around.
Mm-hmm.
This time around, it seems like they still have the most comfortable headset, and they just improved on what they couldn't do with the PS4. So I'm super excited. I cannot wait.
Yeah, man, dude, I'm telling you, I did my unboxing. I compared the two of them together. See, there's all gaskets all over the place now. Block out all this extra light. And if you look,
it does come with a headset. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
What do you mean it comes with a headset?
No, like little earbuds.
Yeah. Just like the first one does.
My wife hates freaking like the little. She hates headsets.
Yeah,
she likes earbuds.
I've been leaning more towards.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been leaning more towards those because I feel like that there's less stuff over yet. Like because it does feel more like if you put the headphones off, they're clampy.
Right.
It might be that way, but yeah, similar to the other ones. They do have it has a microphone in it as well.
Nice.
So basically, you could, and it's pretty damn good microphone. You just got to tone down the gain a little bit with that one.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm super excited.
with that. But yeah, I tell you, it is. And once I'm gonna say the craziest thing for me are the controllers. Like when you see those things coming out, like when you unbox those things, you're gonna be like, dude, this is like something out of like Epcot out of the future. Like it is incredible. It is quality.
Like,
what do we do? Quality?
Quality. Yeah.
The quality flute.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
There it is. Yeah, man. And then I was also, I was playing, and this doesn't really come across too well. Like I was playing Moss. Moss is absolutely incredible. That's another great game, like in VR.
Yeah, I watched you play that.
Dude, that was like cool. When you give that guy a little high five and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's incredible. Kratos99, he goes, I'm making this amazing drink called Xbox Salt and Tears with a lot of PlayStation greatness and quality.
Hey, don't add too much salt.
Not too much salt, man. Yeah, they're hurting, man. Just think, like, all the stuff that PlayStation was going against. It was fighting gravity, liquid metal, fighting the chains of Olympus coming out of the USB headset.
Buildings.
Dude, it was fighting everything. And the PlayStation's the underdog here. And it's amazing how it's fighting all these things and doing so well.
Yeah, they were selling buildings last generation.
Yeah, right? Incredible.
Look what they're doing now.
But what's incredible
man.
is it's the games. The games that they have here, they keep releasing more and more. They're releasing more and more demos. So by the time you get it, you'll see a lot more demos in here that you didn't have at first. So definitely try out the demos. And yeah, it is incredible. But again, VR sessions are not meant, yes, to use the VR emojis, everybody. But like VR sessions, they're not meant to be 7, 6, 5 hours all afternoon.
Right.
Take your time, as soon as if you feel like, hey, it's getting a little sweaty in here, take it off. Like there's some games that are much more weird. Like, dude, when I was playing Pavlov, man, I was like, oh, like, because you're like peeking around corners.
Another game.
Frog, you got to kneel down behind cover in real life.
Oh, wow.
Yes, you're walking around Call of Duty style.
So basically, this is the VR that when you go to the mall back in like the 90s,
yes,
that you would see that real expensive. Oh, okay.
Yes,
this
dude.
is like
Pavlov,
the quality of it.
Pavlov, you got to kneel down in real life. If you want to get behind cover,
Interesting.
You got to kneel down and peek over physically. There's no button to kneel. You kneel down
you
and you peek over.
Do it.
So like I was sitting at a desk and the guys were coming in there. I was hiding behind the desk, peeking out, shooting. And the thing is that when you're shooting with one hand, you don't have any aim. Like your gun flares all over the place, but you gotta use your left hand, grip it, and now you walking around like a gun and you hold it up to your eye and you aim down sight. Frog, you're gonna go crazy. Pavlov, we gotta play it. Co-op. It's $25, dude. You have to load every gun differently.
And some of the games I know having the VR is going to open me up to, because like I said, I own a lot, but having this headset, I think it opened me up to so much more that maybe I had, and I just really didn't get the chance to sit there and experience it like I needed to. So I'm excited.
You know what it is, Frog? It's going to be the fidelity. When you see how easy it is to just set it up and just turn it on, get the controllers, and you're in the game, you're going to use it more. See, that was the problem with the first one. The first one, you had to make sure your camera didn't get moved. Then your camera has to line up, and every game had to calibrate you based on the camera. And then if you're sitting, the camera has to be aimed down. And I remember this. If you put that camera above your TV, it's looking at a different angle. The best thing was for it to look straight on. It cut you off.
Yeah, that kind of hurt. Which now, when I look back at PlayStation VR, because like I said, I was an early adopter like a lot of people, but when I look back at it now, they did what they did with the technology it had, and I still, to this day, I still think that if the Xbox One had a VR, it would have been a better VR because it had a better camera. I still think it would have been.
I always thought they had, because it had body tracking and everything. I thought all they needed to do.
I always thought that Microsoft, if the Xbox One had, I thought they would have had a better VR just because of the camera that they had. That camera was so far advanced for what it was doing. And I said, Sony always gives you these like the PS5 camera. It's basically just for streaming video in 1080p. And I'm like, geez, man, like, I have a camera for my PS5 and I don't use it that often because when I do stream, I don't put myself on there as much, So I'm just like, man, it would have been so interesting just to see the tech that Xbox One had, to see them use that camera, use that VR to really push that camera, because that camera was nice. I can really say
that Kinect had and nice. I always thought that they were going to do I thought they were going to do the headset and then use the Kinect as an outside sensor, because it sensors your body. So not only would it detect your hands and your head, but would also detect your legs in VR.
Yes.
And that's what I thought Kinect was going to do that. Well, Microsoft VR, I was like, oh my God, they're going to use Kinect, and they're going to use Kinect, and Kinect will actually have full body tracking in VR. So you'll have your headset, you'll have your hands, but then your legs and everything will be full body tracked. And they never did it. But the frog thing, the thing gores in this game, you pop people's heads off, you shoot arms and legs off. Like, it is surreal when you're getting an enemy come after you and you shoot a shotgun at their leg and you watch a person the size of you in virtual reality, like, lose a leg. It's crazy.
Jeez.
It is insane. And you got to load your guns differently. Like, so a shotgun, you got to take each shell out and put it in, and then
you got to load it
like
a real shotgun.
Yes, like an automatic. You got to take the clip out. You got to grab the clip, put the clip on, and then you got to load it up. You got to click it, load up the bullet, and then
Interesting.
it is, and then you can melee people. You could pull out a knife and stab them, but it is and again, the movement is really smooth, and that's the other thing. I didn't find myself getting too crazy.
I plan to give myself a good hour or so to really feel it, but I may end up playing more because I don't really get motion sick at all. So with the first headset, a lot of people get motion sick. I didn't get motion sick at all.
Because it wasn't clear.
So we'll see.
Like, the thing is like,
I think it's the quality of the clarity. Yes, clarity matters.
And clarity and motion. That's the main thing. The clarity of it. And also the fidelity of it. High fidelity VR, right, Phil? Mm-hmm. Phil, where's that high fidelity VR? Phil, yeah. Oh, Phil can't answer that question right now. Yeah, Phil's in code with the FTC right now. Yeah, the fidelity and the clarity and the smoothness of the controls is going to reduce the amount of motion sickness you get. When you're dealing about what we dealt with the first one, with the camera, the judder, the lights, the detection. I remember how many times I'm always resetting myself because my headset would drift because of light in the room or stray lighting or the camera. It wasn't a very high resolution camera either on the PSVR 1. And you're constantly holding the menu button to reorient yourself. And that stuff, it wears you. Like if you're in this virtual reality and you all of a sudden like you start your headset starts drifting because it's not detecting the lights or you stepped out of the vision cone, that's problems. This thing, smooth as hell. Like you turning your head, like it is smooth. Now, if you ever have any kind of like jitter or anything like that, just reset it, let it calibrate again, and just it works. It just works. And another cool thing too is you don't have to turn off each, and this is a minor thing, but you don't have to turn off each controller of the movements. And that's the one problem. I'll say one thing: the battery life on those hand controllers is low. Like it is about a few hours on there. But again, sessions are not 10 hours. But you'll be surprised after doing like about 3 or 4 games and you're in there for about an hour or two. You'll look at your controllers and it'll say like there's one notch left. You're like, whoa, wait a second.
Speaking of controllers, I know you got the DualSense.
Yes, Edge. You're right, Frog. Good move. Yes, the DualSense out of the blue, grinders. Hit the like button as it coming down the end. We almost go 280. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers too. So if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. We're gonna get into some I got the videos queued up, so per se. I know the grinders, I see them chatting, man. Yeah. They're going wild right now. They want Microsoft's blood right now. They want out they want the grindhouse to just they want the grindhouse to kick the doors out. I know that's what they're waiting for. They're like, yes, the VR is great.
It's coming.
It's coming, grinders. Don't worry.
Patient. I'm sitting back here sipping on a martini. Yeah, I'm being patient.
We're doing the pregame right now. This is the pregame. This is the quality. The Herman. We didn't get into the thing. I know they're ready, but we got to do. Listen, Herman, do it for Herman. That DualSense Edge, the quality flute, not the Phil Ness flute. The quality flute. My goodness. Let me tell you. First off, I didn't watch any unboxing of this thing. This thing now, because Target has it now, Amazon has it, Best Buy, so you could just go buy it now. So I could do, my credit card thing. Let me tell you something. This thing, it has a little bit more weight than the other. I
heard it feels thicker in your hand too.
Yes, thicker in the hands. Also, too, it does have the way it has. It also has some grip to it now. And I'm telling you, this thing is insane. I was playing God of War with it, which I'm almost done. I took
whatever your name is.
Thank you for subscribing, Johannesburg. Thank you. Yes, we're on our way to 2,000 subs. Hit that grindhouse button. So, listen, I did those hairline triggers with God of War because God of War, you're meleeing, you got your weak melee and your heavy melee. Now we're turning that trigger all the way up. That button becomes almost as the travel as a regular front button, your trigger. Because you could change the hairline, the trigger things on the DualSense, like the DualSense Edge, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? You could change how far they go down, the triggers. Not with the adaptive rumble or anything like that. But,
there's 2 different levels. There's like a where it's regular, and then there's mid, and then there's like you can barely press it and it's already pressed, the button's pressing.
Yes. So if you do that in God of War, it changes the game completely because now you're able to use R1 and R2 like same. Like you're not using R. You don't need to hold down.
So
like,
basically, the back triggers feel like R1 and R2.
Not the back triggers. I'm talking the top triggers. R2. I'm making R2.
The R2 and the L2, they feel like the R1 and L.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
And so when you're playing God of War, man, you're like you're so much more responsive fighting with that. I can't imagine shooting though. I'm telling you, like
I can see myself just really doing well in Call of Duty.
Oh my God, you'll do crazy in Call of Duty because you're not pressing that thing down all the way. You're just tapping it and it's shooting. The other thing too is I mapped. There's all different profiles that you could set up. You could change the control.
I was just about to ask you that.
Okay.
What did you, as far as the back buttons? Or did you use the levers or the little buttons?
I used the
knobs.
little buttons because that's what I wanted. Dude, those things are great.
See, that's what I'm.
I don't like the levers because it'll get
too.
me while I'm closing, while I'm grabbing the thing.
Yep, I don't want levers either. My buddy, he said just try it, but I think I'm gonna use the little notches just because the way I don't play claw or anything, but I do think that I do think I'm gonna use the little buttons. The little notches.
I like the little buttons. Now, the thing is, in the default one, you can't turn them into anything. You got to create a profile with them. So you can basically, and you could copy profiles, you could transfer profiles, you could store profiles and not have them on the quick resume. So those two function buttons at the bottom, basically you could jump between all different profiles. And you could and you could change the game chat audio and your game audio, but only with headsets that are plugged into control and not with wireless headsets.
So if I got my Pulse, I can't do it. But if it's plugged into it, it'll do it.
You could change the volume and you could change game chat. You don't have to go into any menus. You could do it right there on the thing. The other, you could even test out profiles on there as well.
Now, question, because I don't know how long you use this thing. Did you use it wired? Did you use it wirelessly?
Wireless.
Did you,
that USB
battery
cable.
life?
Battery life is fine. I used it all day today and one notch. And I played about like 4 hours.
Okay, so it wasn't like that. It wasn't dead in 4 hours.
No.
That you know of.
No.
Okay.
And the case is incredible. The case is like a hard shell. It's a hard shell case that it comes in, dude. It is incredible. It
seems like all the rumors we heard about this thing is gonna last 4 hours, 3.5 hours. Everybody's saying the opposite. Everybody's like, nah.
And you got
this thing is gonna last you.
Right. And you got also you could swap the thumbsticks out for the old traditional, like dome ones.
Yes,
you could do
like
tall
PS3.
ones. And then the other thing is that adjusting all the sensitivity of the triggers and of the analog sticks, they really have a great feature of showing what before and what after looks like. So it shows you like, hey, with dead zones change, you don't know what a dead zone of 10% or something. You have no clue. But what you do is you say something precise. Like you can put it on precise. And then basically when you move it, it'll show you what you're currently at what kind of how the control is moving, the analog stick, and then it'll show you what the new setting would look like. So you can compare visually.
So this is my second I guess accessory, this going to work with PlayStation 5 that I'm excited about. So I mean, I'm excited about the VR headset, but I haven't even did the controller or anything. So I thought about getting it. And I said, I'll just get it when it's readily available. And it seems like it's easy to get now.
Yeah. And if you could do like no interest financing or whatever like that now it's like it's not as bad as just shelling out like 200 and walking out. But to be honest, because it is like a lot, like and you think control. And how many times I had it in my shopping cart and I did not buy it because I'm like, no, I'm not getting this thing. And then when I saw it on Amazon, I'm like, you know what? Let me get it. Let me see if it really is that different. Go to return it back to Amazon if this thing's not what it's meant out to be. But dude, when I took that out and I started seeing all the stuff they could do, I'm like, this controller will last forever. Like I was like, when I saw the case, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna bring this with me to like PAX. I'm gonna just like, this is my control. I'm just gonna bring this with me. Like this is like, and I could plug it into PC. I could use it anything. It's just like the ultimate controller. It's just so crazy how you can do it. And that was the thing. I'm like, yeah, it's incredible. I'm probably gonna trade in some of my old controllers and get some credit, but I don't think that's even worth it. But still, and also it has a little grips around the back, and it has a little bit of those PlayStation symbols on the trigger itself. So the edge of the triggers actually have texture to them now. The triggers are not super smooth. They have some sort of they got the PlayStation signs on them.
As they should be. They should have some grip.
Yeah, they should have some grip. So they got a grip on that. Also, you got the PlayStation symbols on the touchpad itself. I didn't that USB lock thing. I didn't use that. But I'm telling you, the profile stuff, like I set up one. So what I did with God of War was I actually did the triggers, right? And the triggers to be short, right? The short triggers for God of War. And then I turned the two back buttons into L3 and R3. So now I don't, and I think this is great for games. You don't have to click and hold up. Now you just move the stick and just press the button to toggle running or hold it down for running. It's so much more comfortable than clicking and holding up and click at the same time, like in games like Fortnite and stuff where you got to run and click. Now you basically could just like turn the back button into a run toggle, and you could just hold the back button down to run and move the stick. You don't have to click and move.
Yeah, because
it hurts your thumb after a while if you constantly holding up.
Yeah. Oh, what's
And-
up, Sick?
Yeah, what's up, man?
My bad, y'all. What's up, man?
How you
Not
doing?
much, man. Man, I watched a lot, dude. I watched you.
Yo, he
and
played
I'm
that
gonna be
whole
honest, Sick,
Horizon thing, man. He was
I
playing the whole
watched
thing.
Sick for a good. Oh man, I kid you not. It felt like hours I was watching him trying to stack these rocks, and I don't know why it was interesting to me, but for some reason I couldn't stop watching it. I'm like folding laundry, and I'm like, I can't stop
Stagger
watching
rock. I'm telling you, break plates and just do weird things in that game. Just
Yeah,
it's
I couldn't
crazy.
stop watching them stack rocks in VR.
Not gonna lie, I really love Call of the Mountain, man. I really think that game is absolutely phenomenal. I'm gonna go back and get the platinum. I'm already like 80% with the trophies.
Wow.
We got like a few stuff because everything was just like, yo, do what they tell you to do in the game.
And you get
The only
trophies.
things I'm missing is like shooting all of the targets because somehow I missed some of them. I don't know.
Hmm.
But VR, dude,
Oh, Sick, you're low. You gotta turn up your mic.
dude, I don't know what's going on with this mic. It's always low. What about now? Can
That's
you
better.
guys hear me?
Yep, there you
Okay. Cool. I love VR, man.
go. Mm-hmm.
I've always loved VR. There's a few games that I want to come to PSVR too.
Yep.
One being Robo Recall, which is probably never gonna happen because
That look
Meta
classic.
owns it. Yeah, Meta owns that, so I don't think that's happening.
We need to get that
As
Half-Life.
far as Wrath, I want that, but I don't think that that's coming.
Interesting.
Half-Life Alex,
Woo, yes.
I don't know, bruh. I don't know.
I don't know. I think that has a better chance than a lot of the other games, though.
I don't know.
I hope it does.
I honestly don't. I mean, right now VR, I guess we might have a better chance with Half-Life because I don't think Valve is making another VR. If what I'm hearing is correct, so I think they might be out of the game with the whole VR shit. As far as Meta though, Meta is getting real aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Like they buying up a whole bunch of studios in the VR space. So I'm pretty sure they're not buying those studios to allow them to make games for other people.
They're
That's
still
just
saying your
not
mic
gonna
is
happen.
low. I hear you. I've turned it up as much as I could on here.
Am I still low?
Now you're better.
I don't know. Like I don't know.
Now, yeah, you're better now.
Am I better now?
Yeah, now you're
hold
better
on.
now. Was it not close to your mouth?
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to eat the mic then.
Oh, eat. Sick's gonna be like this. He's gonna be eating that mic.
No. But I truly love it, man. And I think because I was listening to you earlier and you were talking about, God damn, I hear myself like the wind going into the mouth, into the mic. It's crazy.
I don't hear it.
All right. So I man, I love VR, bro, and I already knew that I was gonna love the PlayStation VR because I already knew they were gonna come with the software, and that's what really makes the big difference, right? Like you could have VR, but if you don't have anything compelling to play, and I don't really like playing the stuff that's like really, really cartoony like. I can't really stand it. Like that job simulator and freaking vacation simulator.
Yeah.
That it's a little too vibrant for me, man. Just a little bit. But no, I mean, me personally, and this is something that's about me. Like I'm really a completionist when it comes to anything that I play. So I've literally focused on Horizon Call of the Mountain because I wanted to really get into it, man. And I think they told a really good story. I kind of feel like it could have been a little bit longer because at the end it felt like, okay, we're about to get this shit over with. And I ain't gonna spoil it, but y'all know what happens at the end. And then it's just like, okay, everything's said and done. So I've trekked all of these mountains and went across all of these lands. Of course, I saved my brother, and then now it's over because the lady who I was chasing decided to commit suicide. Yeah, it's crazy. And you know what? It's crazy because we don't know if she really died. So that was supposed to be a cliffhanger. And I think I just spoiled it without trying to.
Yeah, it's something. I don't know what it's doing. But again, the Game 9123, the DualSense Edge is amazing. You'll find it hard to go back to the regular one. And then Liquid Data says Dual Edge is fire. I'll get PSVR in a few weeks. And to Sick, That FTC song is, like I said before, is Inferno Fire.
Oh man,
Appreciate it, bro.
Is it's so on point. It's so on point. And you know it's funny. Like my wife, she plays games and she knows that listen to podcasts and I'm on podcasts. But whenever Sick Humor is on, and when I'm playing anything, she can always tell when he has a new song every time because she knows all your songs.
You're my number one
so
customer.
If she's in the kitchen and it's whenever you stream or you have a podcast and I haven't watched it, I'll go rewatch it after you stream it if I didn't catch it, either you or Thrash. And she's like, "That's a new song." She's like, "Who's that from? That Sick Humor guy?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Yeah, that's a new song." Because she knows, she knows the music, and she's like, "Okay, that's how she knows." She puts when she hears Sick Humor talking, she's like, "Oh, that's the guy that does the music," and I'm like, "Yeah." So that's how she correlates both the things together.
He's gonna have to come up with another one, the Sell Xbox. He's gonna have to come up with another song. Sell off Xbox. It could be like a remix to No One Wants an Xbox. It's like Sell off Xbox. You can do that. There you go. I'm the muse for the
Hey, I told y'all too, though. I told y'all too, man. When I started seeing like Bobby Kotick and that Lulu lady, whatever, I said, boy, they know something that's really bothering them right now.
Yeah.
Because they are going extra hard with the clown shit. And don't get me wrong, bro. I find this shit entertaining as hell. Because I really don't care which way it go. I told you it's a win-win no matter what the situation is. If the regulators allow this deal to go through, all that does is open a pathway for other people who want to do the exact same thing, and you cannot stop them because you allowed this to go through. You see what I'm saying? But on the other hand, I would definitely love to see this shit fail just so I can see all the crybabies.
Oh, it's gonna be a lot.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a lot.
Before I get into that thing, Sick, did you got the DualSense Edge? Didn't you just get that too?
I absolutely do. But
did you use it?
Here's what here's the thing. My son's birthday is on the 14th of March. And I fucked around and played with him, right? So when I first got it, as soon as he walked in, I was like, "Hey, Junior, come here." And I was like, "Here, happy birthday."
Damn.
Right? And I gave it to him, and he was like super happy for it, right? And then I took it away.
You know what? I didn't know it's Sick. I got the same story. Like I unboxed it in front of my son. I was playing Fortnite, and he's like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "Uh-oh." And I was like, I can't stop myself. I'm like, "So look at all these cool features that this thing has." He goes, "I'll be awesome in Fortnite with that." And I'm like, what did I just do? So I'll probably have to get him one for his birthday. But his birthday's in July, so I have some time where I could spread out some time to save it. But I'm probably gonna have to get it from him. But you're right. I didn't think you have any interest in it, right? I'm like, "Oh yeah, this is the daddy's controller. This is the fancy one." When he saw all the features, he's like, "Oh, that made me so good." Like, wait, you don't have to press it down all the way? Like, he turns off all the vibration and everything. Like, he, plays ultra competitive. And also, he plays strange. He plays, club mode. He uses his index fingers on the R1 and L1, and then his middle fingers on the triggers. So he'll have his third set of fingers ready for the buttons on the back. Like, he'll play, with 3 fingers on top. It's crazy how he plays, dude. I don't know how the hell he does that. But, dude, it's same thing. I gotta be careful, Sick. I know, I gotta be careful.
No,
he even took my VR. He went through about another hour of Horizon. I'm like, "Take it off. I need to play this game." I'm like, "I want to play it." He's like, "This is awesome." And then he took over and wanted to play the football game. He's playing the football game for a half. I come down. I'm like, "What the hell are you doing? I want to play."
I'm gonna tell you, dude. Holy shit. Okay, so here's the thing, right? So after I did that, now I just decided I was gonna go ahead and give it to him. You know what I'm saying?
Another one.
So and then I'll just buy another one.
That's what I'm doing. Well, I'm actually holding this one to his birthday. I'm
giving it to him.
Oh yeah, well, so
because his birthday is right around here.
Yeah,
it's right around the corner, so I'm like, fuck it, dude. But dude, the freaking dinosaurs and freaking Horizon Call of the Mountain, dog. They did such a good job. Oh my god.
Excuse me.
God.
Really?
Dude,
the scale. I know from the beginning, dude.
When you learn how to use all the different weapons and how to switch between them on the fly and shit like that, and how to pull out the different types of bolts, that game becomes something totally fucking different, dude. And then the bow, like I literally watched myself back on my camera because the room where I have the VR setup,
Yeah.
I literally have a camera. I have 2 cameras that are actually literally facing me, recording me as I do this, right? And I was like, dude, when I watched myself, I said, dude, this shit is fucking crazy, dog. Because you can see the movements that I'm doing, and they legit look like the movements that you would do if you were trying to shoot a bow. And I'm like, this shit is insane.
Yeah,
bro.
the movement, as I said, the fidelity of like what you're doing, like even that game, that Pavlov game, like shooting and stuff, like I didn't get a video of myself, but I feel like I'm doing the move that you would do, like holding up, like not that like doing some weird stuff. Because the thing is too, you're not using these orb lighting ball sticks on your hand either. Like you're actually, the fidelity of those controls are great. Like it's incredible. The shooting in that game is the arrow stuff. Like I want just target practice. I love just shooting that bow.
Yo, and I've become really, really good at shooting that bow.
Man, Hawkeye.
And you actually you legitimately have to be accurate with how you shoot it, or you're not going to hit your target.
Yep. Yeah. Even ones in the distance, like you got to arc it in a certain way. You can't just, you can't just like shoot it. It's insane.
Dude.
And the sound, sick. How's the sound with that bow? Like when you pull it back, you hear it, the bow release in the back of your ear and forward.
Yes. It is amazing, bro.
The sound is awesome.
If you don't have VR, bro, like it's time. It is time. And I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like you're gonna get a workout.
Mm-hmm.
It may not seem like it, but you definitely go get a workout.
My arms are sore from that.
First VR break you off.
Call it a mountain.
Call the mountain climbing, yeah, man. You're climbing, like you don't have resistance, but you're reaching and climbing and then even like how you have to dodge and stuff. You have to use your arms, like push back with your arms, like punch out, and then you move to the left, like move to the left, like you do all these arm movements. My arms are sore from a stupid drum game. I'm playing those drums like in my arms, like my biceps.
That's a
like,
lot of motion, though.
Damn, I'm like my arms.
I have that too. I have all of those games. I have every single game.
I know. I keep buying more. I gotta play. I'm playing them, getting through them all.
I bought the 2D football game, and then they came out with the NFL Pro Era.
The NFL Pro Era is pretty hot, dude. Play the demo of that. I know that 2D one. I would not.
No. I bought it. So I have it. It's waiting for me. My thing is, I don't jump from game to game.
I know
like
it's disorienting.
It's really hard for me to. It's really hard for me to foot dip because then I never really get fully engaged in anything.
No, I agree. I should have just stayed with because I'm gonna do now. I wanted to try out that Pavlov because everybody was yelling at me about it on the last show that I was on, like on Mooch's stuff, like Joy Pavlov. Nobody's been. And I played it today. I'm like, yep, that's awesome. That is a multiplayer shooter. And now knowing that Firewall Ultra is going to be using Unreal 5. Dude, that is going to be another showpiece one. That has the motion finger.
Explain that to me. Explain that to me why that is so impressive to people.
I think they're going to use it in VR, dude. Like, I think it's interesting. It's a new technology, so hopefully it looks good. The first one was awesome.
I mean, again, I saw people that were like, oh my God, it's an Unreal 5. And I'm just like,
everything should be an Unreal 5. We're in the new gen. It'll be the Unreal 4. It's just because
I don't know if I want
everything
everything to be in Unreal 5. I ain't gonna even lie to you.
Well, I know
Unreal 5 looks good, but performance-wise,
well, we'll see. Well, hopefully, it better perform. We're in VR. I'm not gonna be throwing up. It better perform.
I don't get sick with VR.
Yeah, but
again, you know what I attribute
I don't
it to?
either.
You know what I attribute it to though. Honestly, I think because I'm nearsighted, right? So I already got like vision issues and I wear glasses, right? Well, I don't wear glasses all the time. I only wear glasses when I need to like read and shit like that. But on a normal basis, I can see everything just fine without glasses. But small text and shit like that, forget about it. But I always think to myself, maybe that's the reason why I don't get sick. But I see everything really clear, really sharp, and I have my glasses on. I actually bought the prescription lenses.
Oh, yeah, I saw you order. I saw you like finding those,
Yeah, I bought the prescription lenses because I don't think I want to wear
glasses. Do they just snap in over it?
I don't think
they
do. I think you got to actually remove them.
Oh.
Yeah, I think you got to actually remove them. But I don't care. I don't care. I really don't care.
No, man, that's awesome.
It's a win-win. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I freaking love it, man. I can't express enough how immersive VR is. It's so immersive that I went to go play freaking Octopath Traveler 2, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this shit?
That's
Like,
right. I had to go.
mean,
You're seeing, you're staring at. I know what you mean. You're staring at the thing like, yo, I could just stand up and be doing this crazy stuff right now. Like, yeah, sitting down. But that's why you know what? I think that's why I bought the DualSense, because I'm like, I need a new controller to get me like excited about 2D games now, because I'm like, I'm doing these 3D games. I'm like, dude, I could just stand up now and just be sword. Dude, I was going after kneecaps in that Swordsman, man. I'm like, expose your knees. I was like cutting people at their knees, and then I just stab them in the face. Like, oh my god, it was so satisfying too. You know, that's the other thing too. It's like, if you're in some sort of way, some sort of mood, and you just want to just beat up something, and just, dude, you're going to VR, and you're just like, you don't have to go into bar fights in real life. You could just be like knocking people out like this and just getting satisfied.
Dude, that's why I can't wait for Creed Championship.
Creed, oh my god, dude.
Oh my!
I got to put a hole through my wall, my wall with the Creed.
I cannot wait. I can't wait, bro.
Mm-mm.
I can't wait because Creed. I have Creed, the original version for PSVR 1, and I fucking love that.
That was
game.
good. That was good.
Love that game.
Dude,
so
yeah,
I know PSVR 2 version where they're gonna up everything. Oh man, it's about to get. It's about to get real, man.
That's right.
Oh my god.
Let me get this. The super chat. Twisted Sing says, new single. We suck at Xbox. Sick. Make it happen. Liquid Data says, what do you think about if Call of Duty was in VR? Well, that's basically Pavlov. It is. But
I was just gonna say, yeah.
Pavlov is basically Call of Duty, like in VR, which
but
you know,
it's better though.
It
You know why? Because you have to. Because I have Pavlov on PC. That's why I initially played Pavlov, and you have to do all of the motions for the different guns, to reload them and things like that.
Yeah,
there is no ifs, ands, or buts. You got to get used to it, and you got to do all of the motions all of the time. And it's really, really, I don't want to say super ultra realistic, but the blood and gore is intense.
It's wild, dude. Popping off heads like in real, like yeah. It is pretty awesome. And then Keith J with the 5, he goes, Jez, my shipping date is still pending since Saturday. I'm so pissed. At least you guys are keeping the hype train going in the meantime, dude. Don't want hunt down those. Yo, man. Hopefully you get your VR, man. Hopefully you get it, man. Because yeah, I know Sick had a whole story about chasing down UPS men at CVS. You know
what's so funny? I did all of that and still didn't play it until 2 days later.
Give me my box.
I just wanted it to know that I had
agree.
It, right?
Yeah, man. Why would you want that guy driving around with your VR headset, dude? Hell no.
I understand that.
Oh yeah, man.
I definitely understand.
I was all worried, and what's crazy too is how small it's packaged. Like it's a small. You think this incredible? Like think about all the crap that came with the first one, and this one is just like, yo, headset, cable, and two controllers. Goodbye. Like that's it. Like it is kind of portable. Like I'm like to have the box. And the fact that you could just like plug this in.
Oh, I kept the box.
Oh yeah, you keep the box in the box, and you will bring this to any PlayStation, just plug it in, and you got a whole friggin' arcade in somebody's house. Like you're done. Like you got Dave and Buster's. You're traveling Buster's. Like Dave and Buster's.
I will give you a con.
Yeah, what's up?
And I don't know if this is a con for you or if it's just for me. But the controllers, right?
Yeah.
When you go to place them after you're finished playing, sometimes you'll have it on and it won't even be charging. I woke up this morning and my left one didn't even charge at all, and I'm like, yo, what the hell? And you gotta make sure you position it just right on that charge dock that I bought with it. And maybe I should go with a third-party one because I really do need a stand, right?
Yeah, that's why I got that third-party one, man. It's $44 on Amazon, and it has mini USB-Cs that you plug in to have magnets on the back, and then you just dock it into a magnet. So you leave those little USBs already plugged in, so you just lay them down.
No, that's the same thing.
It's the same thing
with the PlayStation 5
it has
dock.
a light on. It has a blue light that tells, and a red light. So if you put it on, it has a control. It has a red light, so it tells you if they're charging or not. So you don't have to look for that little white pulsing light at all.
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
Yeah, it has a light on there that tells you if they're charging or not.
I think I'm gonna pick that up.
Yeah, and it also can charge your headphones too. So you can put headphones on the back. And
wait. So which ones?
Any USB, it has on the back of this thing. It has another USB-C, a USB-A, so you can plug in any cable and use it charging. You can charge a controller on there too. So it's another another cable. So I have my USB-C
I'm gonna do
coming
that.
out of it. I need to place my headphones because I always throw my headphones on my couch.
Send me that link again because I know you posted it
Yeah,
on
I'll
Twitter,
send it to you.
but send me that link again because I do need that.
And it's cool. It's a LED. It has like that colored light too. It makes it look like the thing's like floating in the air. Like it makes it look like
that. I don't care much.
Then
for
you could turn it
LEDs,
off, Sick. You don't have to be cool with the RGB lights.
Oh, okay.
You could turn off the lights.
I'm that guy that don't like the RGBs, bro.
Boo hoo! Wait, I got. You're gonna get a sound now. You're getting the booze. You're getting the booze. Where's the booze?
I hate RGB, bro.
Doesn't sound like booze. Doesn't sound like hoorays.
Hey, it sounds like they cheering for me.
Yeah, they're cheering for you.
I'm there. I'm there though.
That's it. Well, yeah, you can turn them off, and it's just a clear tube, like whatever, like that, or you could have it just like on. But yeah, I like the RGB.
Did you play Gran Turismo 7?
Yeah, I played a couple of races in that. That's a workout too. That's a mental workout. My body was expecting to be ducking and like, it is pretty crazy. That is the most immersive racing thing. Like you gotta. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're like driving and looking all over the pit while you're driving, like I got a little like queasy from that. But if you're just driving that thing, man, it is the most immersive thing. When you're getting up against a car and you just drive past them and just the sound is incredible. Like the dashboard, the lighting, the reflections, and then just chilling in the car. That's cool too. You just check out all these different cars that you have and just sit in the seat. And I have like the driving seat too. So it felt like, dude, it was like incredible. It was basic. I'm like, you know how much they charge in a arcade for something like this kind of experience? It's crazy. Like
so here, I'll tell you, I'm gonna give you an exclusive as to why I haven't played Gran Turismo 7 yet. I ordered my cockpit, my new cockpit.
Mm-hmm.
It went out. It came. It was supposed to be on its way, and then they sent me a message that said, "Hey, this item is undeliverable."
Oh my god!
And I said, "What the hell?" Because I've never seen that before, and plus it was a pretty expensive item. It's like $500, and I guess maybe when they were moving it or something, maybe they broke something or ripped the box or they did something and fucked it up, but they had to send it back to Amazon. Now, what I would have wanted them to do is give me the option, hey, do you want us to order a new one?
You're my number one customer.
That, but they're like, nah, we'll give you your money back, bro.
Wow.
I'm like,
so that, but you just don't have it. You're probably like, damn, just send this crap to me.
Nah, I still don't have it, but I have I have my old one, which is a half cockpit, meaning it doesn't have the seat, but it has the stand,
the stand,
shift holder, and stuff like that. Yeah. So
that's cool.
But I said no, since I got the VR, I want it to be fully immersive. No more.
No more. Hey,
no
man,
more.
There's so much. You know what? I'm gonna tell you and then I got one more thing on the VR, and then we're moving on to the Xbox stuff. One of the things is when you take off that headset,
you're my number one customer.
After you had a VR session, I call it a session, right? You take that headset off, you put it down, and then you look at it, and you're just like, dude, that was awesome. And you're like, now back to more great game. And then what's crazy, you could sit down and then play your God of War, play like just have these other games to play, and it's just like it is just a complete video game, like gamer's dream. You power your dreams, Xbox. The dreams are here. You don't need to power them. They're here.
Let me explain something to you, Jez. And I can only be as honest as I can be with you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
In the gaming space, I have a Switch that I never use.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is literally sitting in its case. Mm-hmm. It's been there forever. Not saying anything is wrong with the Switch. It's not for me, bro. And I don't really like handhelds like that, so I refuse to get a Steam Deck. Mm-hmm. It's not gonna happen.
Steam Deck's good though. I like my Steam Deck.
Yeah, everybody say they like it. I don't.
It comes
like
in clutch but again, I'm not on it. It's not like, hey, I'm not playing my PlayStation. I'm gonna play Steam Deck tonight. No, that's like clutch when there's no TVs.
And that's the way I was with my Vita too. Like my Vita, I would play it every once in a while, and I would play it when I was at work because at that time I was working in the building, right?
Yeah.
So it's like dude, I would carry it around with me and play it every now and then, but still, I wouldn't get engrossed in it though. You know what I mean? Like it's not like it was something that I was put hella time into.
Exactly.
And I got a PC. I got multiple PCs.
Mm-hmm.
But the latest PC has the i12 900K, the 4090. Bro, I haven't turned that damn thing on, and God knows how long, bro. I literally have 7 PlayStations in my house.
Jesus.
I literally just bought another one
I saw you bought
specifically for VR. Just for VR. Nothing else.
That's
I
it.
got a God of War code too, now that I think about it. If any one of y'all want a God of War code, I got a God of War code if you want to do a giveaway or something.
But you know, like the thing is, it's the most complete set, and I think the other thing is that it's so convenient, and especially the way those VRs, dude. You just come turn it on, the thing vibrates, and you're on. Like you're in it. There's no, like I was telling Frogs, like there's no, like I gotta sync up my camera. I gotta make sure I'm in the vision. If you have your camera at a bad angle, and you just turn the thing on, it detects, and it has the pass through. You grab your controllers, you hit let's go, and you're in. And you're in VR. Yeah. Like it's so, that's why and again, we'll have to wait to the honeymoon, to try out the games and stuff. But like the fact that the fact that it's just sitting there, I'm not like because I remember with the other VRs, I would have to be in a mental state to be like, okay, I'm gonna do VR. But like this, the way I had to just press a button and go, and it's so accessible that you could just be bouncing back and forth. So that's where I feel that how easy it is, the accessibility of it is great. But then again, they got this incredible controller, this incredible, the feature set that they have. That it's incredible. Like hashtag blame Sony for having fun. Like that's basically what the internet is now. Right now, they're blaming Sony for everything, but blaming them for putting a smile on my face because that is incredible. Like they're satisfying all gaming needs. From services, from subliminal, services that get subsequent games that you may have missed out on, from their free games that they give out, from the games they're putting in a service to a virtual VR. 680 bought 30-something games. Dude, those games are quote-unquote exclusive on the console exclusives by default because Xbox don't have one. Oh, wait a second. Maybe they were doing one. Look at this article. Microsoft has confirmed that they're working with 343 to bring Halo to VR. This is epic. Oh my goodness. Did you see this news?
Wait, what?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Before I move on to church keys.
Wait, when?
Oh yeah, I got you guys all twisted right now. This is I'm bringing this article right now. Church keys.
What is really going on?
He needs a second set of VR2 controllers for a second PS5 room, but Sony no sell. Have to keep reassigning controllers. Oh man, yeah, you gotta buy. They don't have them yet. You probably could buy other ones. And Xbox Serious Excitement. It says Xbox gamers bleed green over the FTC and the ABK deal, while PlayStation gamers fades to blue and gets strangled by the PSVR 2 USB cable or the chains of Olympus. But guys, this is what you remember. Here we go. I could be like those other channels. You heard it here first. I got an article here. AR and VR are coming from Halo. 343 Industries. Oh, no, don't look at the date. Damn it.
What was the date?
The date. I wanted the date popped up in the beginning. 2017. God damn. Phil Ness with his high fidelity VR and HoloLens. Here we go. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Look at all this stuff. Looks like a goddamn garage sale. Holy shit. God damn it, look at this thing. This is Microsoft's future of VR.
Hey.
Here's Microsoft's future of VR right here. Look at this thing. It looks like a goddamn poor man's garage sale.
Game over.
Look at this thing. They had lights on. This is the trash. Acer headset. Dude, I wouldn't strap anything Acer to my face. They got the Predator laptop. This is what Microsoft thought VR and AR was going to be. There's their lineup. Hey, wait, I got a video for you guys. Look. Hey, Phil Ness, where are you clown? Told you guys are waiting for it.
Okay.
Holy Spirit.
Here it is.
Oh, no. Holy Spirit.
Microsoft's in the VR world at E3. What are we doing here? Look at this. They got hosts. They got fans in the background. Look at all of them. Woo-hoo.
A better glimpse at our immersive gaming future. Here is I Love You Too. Here is a closer look at HoloLens and Halo 5 Warzone. It's an experience that's happening right here on the show floor.
Oh my God! Look at this. Xbox is entering VR. Look at this. They got. Oh my. And they're bringing Halo to VR. Look, they're building it. Oh my God! Look.
We'd always wanted a
Kiki
very
Wolf Kill.
immersive
She's not there anymore.
experience.
Oops. But
We
she was
partnered
there
with our
building
marketing
AR.
teams, and over the years have tried to figure out how do we get to that ultimate immersion on the
She's
E3
gone.
floor.
So, I've been working on Halo
No,
for
she
a
went
long
somewhere
time, and Halo was always one that was like, okay, this is an obvious fit. We'll want to do something at some point with Halo. And so we kind of went back to our offices and brainstormed a little bit, and we thought, man, HoloLens is great at displaying
Hit that like button, grinders. I told you, get the videos.
Into your physical world. What a great
Look at them
way to
looking, look at
explain
them,
this
grab
new
assing
mode
with
in Halo 5
HoloLens.
Guardians on the Xbox One called Warzone.
Well, the
Look at
experience
Halo
really
5
starts
multiplayer.
actually in
Jesus.
the line. You'll have some UNSC
My God.
scientists.
Wait a second.
It's really
Look at this Halo 5
In Halo 5
multiplayer, dude.
Guardians
It
on
looks
the Xbox
light years
One
ahead of
called
that
Warzone.
Trash Infinite.
Physical world.
God
What a great
damn,
way
look
to
at this.
explain this new mode
The Halo 5
in Halo 5
multiplayer.
Guardians on the Xbox One
We've
called
gone,
Warzone.
look at this. They got
Well, the
mechs in
experience
there.
really
Look at all that
starts
stuff going
actually
on.
in the line. You'll have some UNSC scientists in the line who will be doing some measurements. And really, those measurements are to
Oh, they're
to
taking
set up
measurements.
the HoloLens experience. But we want to start getting you into that sense that you're in the inside of a UNSC
Look
ship.
at you walking down an AR.
You'll get a moment to look out of a portal. You'll get to see a pelican hangar. You'll get to see.
So let me tell you something. So the way they got this AR going here and this big budget AR production that they had at E3, grabbing ass and HoloLens, they basically had dudes building a whole goddamn spaceship out of wood so that you walk down and look in a fake ass window and then the HoloLens will make something show up in that window. Tell me how real that would be in your house. What do I have to come with? A goddamn construction kit that I'm going to build like a virtual like control room so that you could put AR shit in my house? You got to build physically in your place because they can't virtually do it. So they built hallways of this stuff.
Sort of all the things going on.
They
within
got
the
construction
ship.
worked working 24/7, and they're looking at this
Will end
table.
up in your briefing room.
Oh,
you'll be
man.
red team or blue team. You'll move up to the briefing table, and that's where you're going to get your Warzone briefing.
Welcome aboard the UNSC Infinity. I'm Spartan Commander Sarah Palmer.
Look at them grabbing ass.
Warzone is a hard light training simulation that recreates battlegrounds from historical engagements. Today's simulation takes place on the planet before you.
So it shows goals, it shows sort of your
E3.
objectives, the things you might encounter, the things you need to look out for.
This is an Elder Hunter. He's extremely strong against
Tell
a
me.
frontal assault.
And really get you ready to go into the combat simulator and play Warzone.
Wait. I can't hear you. What were you saying? I'm just listening to them talk on the stupid video.
Oh, got you. I'll wait till after the video.
All right, it's almost over.
Spartan.
They're showing 4 people with HoloLens grab ass and looking at a table with and then a little Spartan comes up on the table and talks to them.
Into the war zone so you can try it out for yourselves.
It's been really amazing just bringing people through, having them put the HoloLens on and then just light up. Like, they can't believe that they're on this spaceship, that they're getting this holographic experience.
You definitely see a lot of people with open jaws as they're walking through the experience.
After they have this briefing and they now understand how to play the game, they'll take off the HoloLens and then they'll go and play on the Xbox One and have a great experience.
Yeah, sorry. Look at this Halo multiplayer. Look at this. This is Halo 5 multiplayer. Holy crap. Look at this thing. It looks light years ahead of that Infinite trash. Holy crap. We got something for you for that one. Yep, you got it, grind. Hit that goddamn like button.
Sign me please, I will bend over and touch. My knees tell me it's better when we all play the make exclusive games and like to my face, thank you, feel.
Get it, sick. What were you saying? There's your VR. There's your high fidelity HoloLens grab assing. 2017. Yes. Kratos 99. They laid off their whole VR team.
#1 customer.
Yeah, the whole team is gone. The whole team is
You know
gone.
what's crazy about that? They literally did that entire presentation and never released it.
Yeah, at E3.
How the fuck does that work?
Yeah, at E3. That's what they do, dude. They showed it even with Minecraft. They showed the whole thing with Minecraft.
It doesn't make you believe that they just want to get rid of Xbox. Because at first I'm like, nah, that don't make any sense. Because regardless of how you feel about Xbox, it's still bringing them in billions, right?
Billions? I don't know.
I mean, it is. It's still
whatever it's bringing in. It's not enough, I guess. I have
no. It isn't. But the simple fact is, you're never gonna be somebody who is bringing in billions in revenue and just throw that shit away. Well, unless you're Microsoft, because they did that same shit with Mixer. But
yeah, dude, I mean, they bought that. They bought.
It seems like they just don't care about the Xbox.
They are
anymore.
clueless with consumer electronics. That's the thing. They try to say, "Me too, we're part of this stuff." Like that was the conversation in 2017 with VR. They said, "Me too, we're in the conversation." And come on, they were selling hopes and dreams that never were going to amount to anything. Just like they did that Kinect demo. Do you remember the Kinect demo where the kid scanning his stuff? Grinders, do we need to bring that back? Do we need to bring back what they showed with Kinect? The Kinect demo and Milo, and show that trash. Do we need to go back and see Milo and Project Natal? Do we need to? Do we need to see this clownery? This is not acted. This is actually real. This is Milo.
What happened there is that Claire knew Milo so well. She
Make
knew
shit up for the press.
when he was worried
Exactly.
about something.
Hey,
head
did you
was
see where
down.
Phil came out
He
of
wasn't
it?
looking at the
Oh,
camera
we're gonna
so
get
much,
into
and
that.
it's
I got that
about
one.
You meeting a
Yeah, he's gone. People on you. He left.
Well, why don't I help you with yours? Then yours will be brilliant.
All right. I could just try to catch some fish.
They got some actress in
Draw some
here.
pictures in my journal. Maybe I'll do okay this time.
I think that's a good idea.
Be careful, Milo. Don't fall. Oh no.
Try, do I?
Exactly.
See? I've got everything we need.
This is Milo.
Well, great.
This is
Let's get
Kinect.
started then.
Kinect was gonna do this. Watch. Catch it.
Goggles.
Ooh, she
Put
caught
them on
it.
like this.
Listen what Pierre Molyneux says. That's not acting.
Claire has been thrown a pair of goggles. Notice what she did. This wasn't acted.
It wasn't
she
acted.
Felt the need to reach down for those goggles. Now, everybody, every single person that has experienced this reaches down because they feel so connected to Milo's world.
Cool. So what are we doing? Do I have to stand at the edge?
This was Kinect. Did you play this game? I did. Did you?
Go on.
Look, she's in the world. She's in Milo's world. Look, this is Kinect.
I bet the fish think you're a monster.
Cheeky.
Cheeky?
Swish the water about a bit.
Hit the like button, you 300 grinders, right now. We're showing Milo and the promises of Halo VR.
There Claire is, in Milo's world. She's in that pond.
Look at this.
Every hand movement.
Sick, would you be doing this for hours right now?
Being able
Moving
to
your hands in the
touch
water?
Fish, being able to swish the water with her hand.
I'm telling you,
Everyone
I
who's
had Kinect,
experienced
bro, and I
it,
never remember doing
the
any of
hairs
that
are standing up on the back.
Never released.
Now, what's
They shut down the whole
about
goddamn
that-
studio.
Okay, I was
Never
gonna
came
say,
out.
'cause
Well, you're good at
I've
drawing.
never seen that shit.
They're only fish, but they're trickier than you think.
Well, here, I'll have a go.
Oh, look, she's going to
Right.
draw something and
I'm gonna
scan
do
it
a body.
into Kinect.
And a tail. A big fin.
Cheeky.
And a smiley face. There we go. What do you think?
Look at what just happened.
Orange.
Claire drew a picture on a piece of paper. The piece of paper was held up to Milo.
This is exactly why
Natal
they never
recognized the
made VR.
piece of paper,
People showed them
scanned the
early
piece
on,
of
they did
paper
not
in.
know
This
what
is
they
what they
were
did.
doing.
Milo looked at that piece of paper, recognized the shape, recognized...
Dude, don't get me started on this trash.
Listen to me.
Dude, this is some horseshit. Wait a second, we got do you remember the Kinect reveal trailer? Oh my god, this is what they do. This is what they do. Wait, where's the other one? Here it is. Here it is. Wait a second, we're not done yet. You want more promises like VR and you're immerse my ass.
You gotta give them credit. During the 360 period, bro, they at least tried.
Yeah, here they tried right here. Wait, let's see that little disclaimer. Product vision, actual features and functionalities may vary. No shit. May vary. How about may never come to fruition? Get ready. This dude walks in here and scans his goddamn skateboard in the goddamn thing. This is what Microsoft does to you. This is their dreams. They were doing it back then at the end of the 360 era. This is the dreams. Look, oh yeah, who are you gonna fight somebody? Look.
This should be good. Let's begin.
Let's go. You are the controller. Come on, Microsoft, show them how to do it. Yeah. Look at this. Forza, eat your heart out. Look at this. Sick. This is better than GT. Right now. Look at this. This is better than GT. Look at this. The whole family's moving with her. This is incredible. Oh, my God. Forza. GT7 got nothing on this. Look at this. I'm using my hands as the wheel. Dad, do the pit stop. Look at the dad at the pit stop. Holy. GT doesn't have anything on this. Anything. Sony! Microsoft needs to compete! Look at them competing! Look at this kid! Look at this! Incredible! Roar!
You're my #1 customer.
Look at the mom and the daughter, there they go! Eat your heart out, FIFA! Eat your heart out. Look at this. In motion detecting her legs. Look at this. Oh, goal.
Yo, it's funny I'm behind you, but they had a pit stop.
Dude, wait, I'm at the part now. The dude scanning his whole goddamn skin, boy. This is Kinect. Grinders, this is Kinect. That's a shit mechanic. Look, get skateboarding. Look at this. This is what we're doing here. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Now watch this. Your friends could tell you what clothes you can wear. Incredible.
Oh, great, Sarah.
Sony, they beat you.
So did you get a dress for the party yet? No. Oh my gosh, it's in a week. Here, you have to see the one I
Look at this. I need to know what outfit I'm wearing. I go on. Sick is going to choose what I'm going to wear today. Sick. Should I wear the thong? Should I wear the goddamn... I got Sick as Sick to help me find out my outfit for tomorrow. To make my ass look big.
I love it. You should get it.
So I'm going to say, Sick, does this make my ass look big?
Dude, I don't remember this one.
Dude, oh wait, look at this. You can use your hands in a jerk-off motion in order to buzz into games as well. This is absolutely incredible. Microsoft.
Is correct. Now a 200-point follow-up question for the Beckett family. How many push-ups can Chuck Norris do?
Oh! And look at this. This is the only thing that you can do with Kinect. This is it. Swiping your hand to choose a movie. That was the only thing that came out of this video. There it is.
I used to have a game for Kinect. It was like Star Wars or some shit like
yes, Dancing Star Wars.
No, it wasn't dancing. It was some actual game.
Yeah, that fake Star Wars game with the guy. Oh my God, you're not gonna. Sick. Come on, we can't go to those tapes. We're gonna talk about Microsoft. Dude, you want to see acting? Oh my. No. Oh my God! The Kinect when they launched show where they had the guy on stage and they told a story like they thought they were on Broadway. Oh no!
Wait, do you remember the horror game that they made for the Kinect?
No, everything.
Tell me you remember it.
What horror game?
I think
Which
they
one?
started you off in like some prison or something like that. It was an actual horror game. I promise you.
No, I don't remember. What horror game was that one? Where is the? Oh man. Here's Major Nelson. Here's a horror show right here.
Finally on sale here in the United States.
Major Nelson at the Kinect launch. Here's a horror show.
Did he bring out the white gloves?
Of Xbox gaming.
No, he didn't.
Launch day officially began at 3 a.m. New York time when our friends in New Zealand rang in the Xbox One generation.
There they go. Mr. Chief is there. There they are. Kinect itself. Now, where's the No, man. You're talking about that Star Wars game. And Rise of Nightmares. Yes. Holy crap. Wait, let me see. I forgot that game. That's what it was, Sick. Rise of Nightmares.
That may have been it. I vaguely remember
Let me
it.
see.
At that time, I was still in all the Xbox games, so yeah, I had every Kinect game.
Oh my god. Let me see.
You're my number one customer.
Rise of Nightmares. No, I don't want to get this. What the hell is that? I don't. We got that PewDiePie goddamn playing it. Tell me how bad that was. What is this? Is this it? Wait, I want to get to where the Kinect part was. Look at this. This is it. You hold your hand up to stop.
I'm done using auto. It's starting to be really hard.
Auto walk.
No, I think it needs to see more of your palm. Like it's looking for.
Yeah, I don't think I ever got this thing.
This game reminds me
Look,
of
you
like
gotta,
a
like,
bad
just-
game you'd see it in arcade.
Yeah, like the camera movement reminds me a lot, not just like that. It reminds me of like virtual roller coaster type attractions.
Yeah,
Like,
Wow.
yeah, for sure. That's what this is reminding me.
You have to hold stop.
There's nothing
Dude,
here.
this is what they tried to do. Anyway, yeah. So let them compete. So you wonder why they're 70-30.
Good.
Anyway. And that's probably what they feel like. They probably feel that they tried this kind of augmented reality stuff and they didn't get the developer support because that was the biggest problem. And that's the one thing that we talk about when we're talking about the VR here, you know, with Microsoft stuff, like with PlayStation, is that PlayStation actually has all these games and stuff and they're making their own stuff and they're showing what they can do. And that's the thing. The software has to go with the hardware. Like they just said, here's a camera, and they go, people, get excited like we are and go make stuff for it. No, Microsoft, you make stuff for it. This is and the same thing that leads us right into the whole thing with this power narrative, right? All this power stuff. We made the most powerful console in the world. You go make it powerful. No, Microsoft, you go make it powerful.
I told people that wasn't going to be what they thought it was going to be.
No, and here we
I
go.
told them
So
that the PlayStation was going to shit on it.
We knew.
And
yeah,
here we are. You know why I knew that though? It's not because I'm like some super smart person and just have this, you know, eye into the future and shit like that. No, I sat down and I listened to Mark Cerny while everybody else was making jokes and talking about he's ASMR, you know. I mean, come on, man, give us some buzzwords. You know, they wanted that Xbox treatment instead of listening to what the dude was telling you. Like he's telling you how this thing is gonna kill the Xbox, and y'all niggas are laughing. No, it doesn't have VRF. It doesn't have VRR.
VRR
It's
right
not
now.
real RDNA. Like that's all you heard these stupid motherfuckers talking about. And now Xbox getting his ass kicked, and nobody knows why. Nobody can't figure out why.
Hashtag blame Sony for everything. They're blaming Sony. Like they don't know who to blame anymore. Let me get some of these super chats. Where the hell? I gotta get into the thing here. I gotta get. Oops, hold on. I gotta get into these super chats here. I've lost a couple. I gotta get it back. But yeah, but you know what? Again, it's not. You don't have to be an insider to know what the hell's going on, because I said it right when this thing launched. The Xbox Series consoles is the Xbox One X remastered. This is everything that has gone wrong with the Xbox One, the same thing that we've seen. The PS4 Pro was weaker than the Xbox One X, and it was running games smoother than the One X. The One X would just jack up resolution, but have worse performance. And the Pro would run smoother, better, less hitches. And we're seeing the same thing now.
Yep.
Because and actually now it's even worse because now they're not even jacking up the resolution to try to out-resolve the PlayStation 5 because the PlayStation 5 is kind of hanging in there. It's just performance stuff because you even hear in the Hogwarts thing, fidelity, the environments, everything is equal. It just is frame rate drops massively on the Xbox and PlayStation doesn't have it.
Because the Xbox can't take it, man.
They built that thing for blades, server blades. They didn't make that thing for games. They made that thing as a PC A Frankenstein PC. That's what they put that thing as. That's what
You know what it is? I'm going to tell you what it truly is, Jez. Mark Cerny was just smarter.
Of course.
Mark Cerny and his team of people who architected the PlayStation was just a lot smarter than the US. And you knew that he was a lot smarter because you had Phil Dumbass Spencer coming out talking about the most consistently powerful console. He thought he had one.
Wait, I got a line for you. Let me get these two super chats. He goes, Xbox Serious Shite goes, Milo got stuck at Pedo Island as Letterstein got jailed. What? Jesus Christ. Kratos 99. Damn. The Kratos 99 goes, the Kinect is the most fakest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Kratos is like, what the hell is this thing? Wait, you want to see something? You want to hear fake? Now knowing about these frame rate stuff, right? I told you I got some tapes, right? I got the tapes. You know this frame rate stuff. Let's listen to Mr. Phil on what he has to say with certain things. Phil, tell us about why Project Scorpio is what it is, Phil. Please explain to us. Tell us exactly.
Is we think about what is the next mark that we can make that will actually matter to the experience itself. So you mentioned Xbox One X. When we defined that, we really set a goal to deliver 4K gaming. And we said that if we can't reach 4K with that console, that we shouldn't do anything that's less than 4K. Doesn't mean every game or every developer is going to target 4K on the box, but we knew we could build really quality games. So when we started on Project Scarlet, it was about how do these great games look and how they feel. So for us, it was a big focus on frame rate. In fact, for the last couple of years, I've been talking about that, kind of foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Frame rate.
Meant focus on the CPU, focus on frame rate, variable refresh rate, ensuring the box can go up to 120 frames per second, working with TV manufacturers on what does it mean for the TVs to support variable refresh rate and higher frame rates so that the games feel as good as they look. And both of those things are going to get better in the next generation.
Talking about Project.
Wow, so he specifically used Project Scarlet. The measure of why they're justifying to put a new console out there is so that you feel your games. You feel the frame rate. It was specifically about frame rate. Thank you, Phil. Why don't you tell us how that frame rate thing is coming out for you right now? Digital Foundry, why don't you explain?
Anyone in the Series S audience there that watches... I mean, I don't want to disappoint anyone in the Series S audience there that watches Digital Foundry, but we've heard from multiple developers that they kind of feel the Series S is a bit of a pain at times. I mean, I don't want to disappoint anyone in the Series S audience there that watches Digital Foundry, but we've heard from multiple developers that they kind of feel...
Is it Booster? Is it Booster? Phil, the feel. I'm going to feel my frame rates. Let's see. I'm going to feel them. Hogwarts Legacy showing me 54 to 40. Look at the dips. What are we doing here, Phil? Why is the Xbox stuttering? Why is it stuttering like your CEO? Why are these frame rates stuttering?
And so everything that we are doing with our content, with our
sounds like Xbox frame rate right there. Why are these games stuttering? What is going on here? Let's go. Where is it? I got to find it right here. And listen, this is not the first time. Right? So now what do we have right now? We have Hogwarts. We have now the new one that just came out, Wild Hearts. Explain to me. Here's Wild Hearts. Look at this. Let's look at Wild Hearts. We got Hogwarts, Wild Hearts, and Atomic Heart. Marketing rights, yeah, I'm sure. That's exactly what they're trying. Marketing rights. Well, Atomic Heart is not marketing. That was Game Pass day one. That should have been optimized for the platform it's launching on. Right? Look at this. What are we doing here?
What we need to do is talk about the fact that everybody went to marketing rights when it came to Baldur's Gate, and not understanding when
marketing. Oh, Baldur's Gate was a whole other thing. Yeah, that was a different one.
There's a whole nother problem right there in itself.
You're right. It went to marketing rights because again, it's hashtag blame Sony. They think that Sony is stopping Xbox from being great.
If Xbox doesn't get a game, it's blame Sony, blame PlayStation, and it's like, what about the fact that the S may not be able to run the game the way the developers intended? So that And Microsoft has a clause. Hey, if you can't run it on both these systems, then you can't bring it to our system. That's their problem. That's their fault.
That's their problem. They got to send over the ninjas. They gotta send people over to make sure it's optimized. Do they even care anymore? But
at this point, Jez,
they don't.
You know what's happening? Developers don't even care. They're like, we see where the market's going. We'll put it on PlayStation, and we'll keep moving forward. If the game cannot run on a S, just put it on PlayStation itself. Because Microsoft said directly, hey, if it can't run on the S and the X, dude, what kind of thing? How bad that is? You're telling developers, if you can't run on this piece of crap, then don't put it on our system. And if I was a developer, I'd say, well, we don't need you. We don't need you. We'll put it on PC and PlayStation. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
They fucked and everybody said
yes.
Yep.
Everybody said the same thing. Like, this is going to happen. And people kept saying, no, the S is powerful enough. It's powerful enough. Dude, there's Xbox One X games that look better on that system than the S.
Dude, they got rid of that Xbox One X real quick because it was making games look better. They have better features on there.
Games look bad. Right. And that's why they did it, Jez. That's why immediately they took that out the store. They was like, if we keep this thing in the store, we're going to have problems because people are going to realize they're getting bamboozled and swindled.
Yeah, exactly. Because there were games that looked better at 4K and had 4K modes on the One X, and the Series S didn't have that mode. They just had a 120 frame mode. But you know what? The thing is, Frank, this is not just happening now. This has been going on. This is not like we hear, because I have the article from Mr. Tom Warren here, November 25th, 2020, the release date. And the question was, the first set of games, why is the PS5 outperforming the world's most powerful console?
Yep.
And he goes, the dips in Devil May Cry 5 dips here. These dips matter because sudden drops mean more obvious judder or stutter for players. VRR helps. VRR was a crutch for them until Sony got it, and now they don't talk about VRR anymore. But VRR was there
just
to protect
like crossplay. When Sony got crossplay, they started talking about it.
Exactly. So you're looking at here.
Look, it's just freaking talking points. At this point, we already know they can't compete. They keep saying, "What was me?" And that's the reason they want to buy Activision. But that's a you problem.
Yeah, that is their problem.
That's their problem. You stopped competing after the 360 because you thought your user install base was going to continue going forward, and guess what? It didn't. Because Sony realized their ways that they did wrong with the PS3. They got it right with the PS4, and they got it right with the PS5. History has shown, like, you barely
learn from your mistakes.
And look, and here's the thing, Jazz, and this is what bothers me about people with this fanboy crap. If you really look at the 360 and PS3 generation, we can take 50% of that user base number and say those consoles failed. So did they really sell 80 million, or did they really sell 40 million and they had to sell another 40 million because people had to buy
number one customer?
Your failure rate was almost 50%. You see what I'm saying? So did y'all really have a user base of 80 million? Did y'all really have a user base of 80 million?
No,
and people don't look at that.
And then here, like Digital Foundry found, so this is launch. Valhalla includes a screen tearing and regular dips below 60 frames per second. The PS5 version appears to run a lot more smoothly. VRR makes up for the screen tearing on the Xbox. Then Xbox Series X also falls behind the PS5 in both image quality and resolution in Dirt 5. The PS5 version in image quality mode gets better texture filtering, and average resolution is a little higher too. Overall performance mode, which targets 120 frames, the detail level of the PS5 is far higher than the Xbox Series X. Now, keep going. Microsoft came out to say, what are we doing here? We are aware of the performance issues. This is at launch, the damage control. This is 2020, everybody. We're not even talking about Hogwarts. This is Grindhouse, the past here. We optimize titles, and we're actively working with our partners to identify and resolve the issues to ensure optimal experience. Microsoft, and then it says, as we begin the new console generation, our partners are now just scratching the surface. These are quotes. The surface of what next-gen consoles can do. The minor bug fixes are expected as they learn how to take full advantage of our new platform. We are eager to continue working with developers to further explore the capability of the Xbox Series X and S in the future. Microsoft hasn't explained why it waited for full RDNA 2 support from AMD for the Series X. Xbox Phil Spencer revealed to The Verge, quote, "We are a little behind later than the competition because we are waiting for some specific AMD technology in our chip." Dude.
Sounds like a load of shit to me.
That sounds like a lunch. That sounds like, what is it? Where's my thing? That sounds like a bunch of bullshit. That's right, Arnold. Bullshit.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
You hear me, right? Con men, thieves, degenerates, lowlifes, thugs, criminals.
That's right. That's exactly what that sounds like. That sounds like.
Stop it! Helmet, what's going on? Sanders, what's going on?
This headquarters.
It's Mega Meg. She's gone from suck to blow. What? They're getting all their ass out.
What?
Do something. Do something. Do something.
That's right. They're like, do something. We'll lose. And this is 2020. So the tools are on their way. We are now in 2023. We got goddamn Digital Foundry dressed up for a funeral, telling us what's going on with Xbox. Here they are. Look at them. They're all dressed up. They're ready for Microsoft's funeral. Look at this. They're wearing shirt and ties to the office. Dude, Dax Galga and then there they are. They're ready. They got funerals. Let's see what they got to say 3 years later.
For sure. But I think the two-edged sword of Xbox, since Xbox One at least is that it is a DirectX based system. From looking at developer documents, almost essentially, we know that you can run basic DXR 1.0 or DXR 1.1 code on an Xbox Series X and Series S. Now that is essentially the black box version of DXR, which doesn't allow you to tap into what essentially is better on AMD hardware, would be to kind of downgrade quality and use very specific optimizations, for example, for like the traversal of the ray tracing, making that custom for the game or for like a scene or something like that. Something that we've known developers can do, as there's a separate level of the API where you can actually do like completely custom ray tracing work. So if you just throw like a DXR 1.0 version of the ray tracing onto Xbox Series X, but for PS5, actually instead, due to the fact that it has a different API in total, do the low level work that is required to even get it running there, well, then you're going to have two very different scenarios, where one where you invested a bunch of work and one where you actually almost just ported PC code over there with not much difference. And one will obviously run better than the other because there was more time given to it. So it's a double-edged sword of working on Xbox, where on Xbox One, you could literally run DX11 code on that thing. Do you think the Xbox One processor was good at running DX11 code?
No.
Nope. So like, it's like there's this like scenario where like it's easier to develop for on some level, but at some level that means you don't spend as much
It's
time.
just there's also weird situations like another game that
sounds like a eulogy
right now, which has
Whatever your name is,
they're all ready.
Get ready for the big surprise.
They're all dressed up for Microsoft's funeral right here. They're celebrating their 100th episode here, dressed up for Microsoft's funeral. They're all ready. They got shirts and ties on over at Digital Foundry. They're doing the eulogy of the Xbox right now. They're like, yep, it was a piece of shit, and let them compete. Twisted Sync says that Series S equals suck. Suck these nuts. They said, oh, damn, let us compete. And, yeah, so they're all dressed up. They knew that this was coming. They knew that getting farmed out there. Here we go. Look at this.
Right now, which has
tell us what's going on.
Xbox.
Look at this. Wonderful.
PS5.
Look at these.
Okay. He said something, what, like 800 millisecond stutters?
Look at this.
Or something like wild like that.
We weren't expecting this.
Like what?
It's not good.
Dude dropped to 0 frames.
Baffling. So
12 teraflops my ass.
Like what?
It's not good.
Doesn't baffling. So hopefully that starts to get under control.
Into the boat! Into the tunnel! Get to the chopper!
That's what they're saying at headquarters. They go, get the hell out of here. Phil, get him on the chopper. Our lies have been exposed. We sold them bullshit in a box. We slapped on the guarantee on the side of the box and sold them a guaranteed piece of bullshit. We put it in a nice box, but meanwhile, it was a piece of shit in the box. And they all love the boxes. There we go. Phil.
Yes, I would like to have a refund.
They got a Digital Foundry doing a goddamn eulogy right here. They said, get to the chopper. Satya, get in there. And he's like, where'd I go?
And so
Satya, get to the chopper.
With our content, with our, our cloud and...
Listen. If it wasn't, guys, if this wasn't for this dude right here, basically, this guy went up there looking for participation trophies and said we suck balls publicly to the whole world, said Microsoft and gaming sucks balls. And when you go out there and say that you suck balls and you're 80-20, you're those little piece of the pie, who is going to make a game for your piece of shit? Nobody's going to take the extra time to make something for the little guy. That's why you have a host of first-party studios that you acquired, and you gave them nice amenities. Brunch on Sundays, mimosas on Tuesdays, and fed them and took care of them all. That's why your first-party studios need to show the machine. Third party's not going to take the time and waste it on 30% of the global market. They're not waiting for you. That's why when I heard these clowns years ago, and I got the Grindhouse tapes right here, tell me, sales don't, we got these clowns go, sales don't matter anymore. Phil says sales don't matter. Guess what? Put the games on PC. It doesn't matter about the console. You heard it here first. It's not about sales anymore. It's about engagement and users and MAUs. Well, guess what? They suck balls in that too. They suck balls in exclusive titles. They suck in everything. But it's not about that. You don't understand. They're changing the game, and Sony can't compete with them. They got Microsoft money, and they can't. Yeah. Keep going, clowns. Keep going, clowns. You want to know what happens? You know what does make sense? Sales, money, what works. And guess what? What Microsoft's doing ain't working. Phil could come out here and tell you his definition of sales. Oh, well, it doesn't really mean sales and console sales. We look at sales across phones. And dude, you could do whatever you want to make up the bullshit numbers that you want to make. You could do whatever you want. But guess what? When all these people come looking, when these developers come out there, they're not looking at you going, oh, well, Microsoft got games on PC and this. No, they're not, because that's extra time. And time is money. And they're not going to waste their time putting stuff on a small install base. Remember, Sick, do you remember back in the day with Peter Moore and Don Matrick? What did they say about a certain number of console sales to win a certain... Did you remember what they used to say?
I have no clue.
So Don Matrick and
first
also...
to 20.
What was it?
Is first to 10 or first to 20?
First to 10 million units wins the generation.
Oh, no, I remember that stupid shit. Yeah, definitely.
Why is that?
I have no clue. It doesn't make any sense because the tides could change at any moment. Look at the Switch. Switch came out of nowhere, you know, and they started at 0.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And at that point, PlayStation and Xbox was the first 20 if you want to, you know, throw them in there. But then they say that the Switch was the current gen and whatever. But
I'm telling you, the reason why is because it's whatever console is the primary dominant for the generation. Like if it sells has a certain kind of mind share, that will be the lead console for development. The 360 had that advantage because it came out a year before the PlayStation 4. And they had developers working with that thing for over a year. So they already built their kind of developers to kind of use the 360 as the de facto console for the generation because it was the most saturated. Then what happens, the PlayStation came out at higher prices, and then that didn't really work out like for their market saturation. So Sony had to go down deep into their own. That's why you saw ports on PS3 because nobody was taking the time to use that hot-ass cell processor. But trust me, if the PlayStation was at 80 million and Microsoft was at 20 million, they would learn damn well how to use that cell processor. They would take that extra time because you want to know why? There are 80 million PlayStations out there and only 20 million Xboxes. The mind share. time will go where the money is, where the saturation is. Xbox is so minuscule in the market right now that developers will not take the time to use the third party, the capabilities of the machine. Plus, Microsoft threw a wrench in the whole thing by saying, now we're going to give you Booster, and now you got to make something for the weakest console of the next generation as well. And nobody wants Booster.
You know what? Nobody likes you, Booster.
Nobody wants the booster box. So now Microsoft, not only are they trying to beg developers to use their machine and make it compete, but now they threw a wrench saying, well, you make something for the Series X, you got to make it for the Series S. And they're like, what? That's like working almost on a last-gen console because it's weaker. And the problem is, Microsoft is not in a position to negotiate that. They suck, but they could change the numbers. They could go, well, you know what? Well, PC gaming and this, we are really at this many numbers. No, dude, that's not the same thing because with each platform you keep adding, that's more developer time that needs to be working. So now...
that's the reason why they want COD so bad.
Well, guess what? Now you talk about COD, the good point here. Guess what? They just added COD. They gave those people more work to do now because now they'll be making Nintendo games for the next 10 years. Thanks, Microsoft. You gave them more work to do. Not only were they trying to evolve COD as they were with the booster box, but now you just gave them a commitment that they're going to have to make Nintendo Switch games at Call of Duty, at Activision, for the next 10 years. How's that deal going? You think anybody asked them? Nope. They just got more work assigned to them. How would you like to be part of a merger and knowing before that merger goes through that they're going to assign you a whole bunch of shit? Extra work on top of what you already got. You're going to stay when that merger goes through, or you can get your ass out of there. They just told Treyarch and them, guess what, guys? You're making Switch games now. What? Go buy those Switches. You're going to be making Switch games now for the 10 years. They go, 10? What? We got a mobile gamer. Nope, you can't do the mobile game. We told them you're going to make it equivalent to a PlayStation and an Xbox. 10 years. Thank you. Get to work in Infinity Ward. That's what they did.
Until they get smacked in the face and them dudes tell them to go sit back in the corner and they ain't getting no Activision. They already done gave them the red light. Hey, man, we'll give you the green light, but you're just going to have to divest this, that, and the third. So what do you want to do?
Yeah, but the thing is that nobody's utilizing... And I said the thing whenever it's like sales don't matter. No, sales do matter. They do matter because that's developer mind share, and the developer's mind share is going to be at what console is in the mass market. And you could say, well, PC's mass market. Listen, console development is definitely something that they could guarantee their returns because there's less piracy, there's no CD key, there's no crap that you get with PC stuff. It is much more. Why do you think consoles are still around? If PC was the best place to play, consoles wouldn't exist anymore, and they'll just make it for PC. Consoles are definitely a revenue stream and a good thing for publishers and stuff. They like the finite, they like the fixed hardware, and they know that it's a much more secure system than a PC, where they could probably say, hey, if I sold 10 million console games, I could say, hey, that's 10 million games at $60. Like, it's pretty close. You sell 10 million on PC, it's like, well, these guys got it over here. Some of them are pirated, some of this, your monies don't line up as much. So that's why console games are here, because that is definitely a protected environment. Plus, that's definitely fixed hardware to work on. But you need to have that mind share. You went up there and just showed this chart. You think developers now at GDC are going to be going, Microsoft, tell me about your console. I can't wait to make my next game for it. You are Pac-Man on the goddamn chart. Who the hell making games for the green? And I say it's common sense, Sick. I say, listen, if I walk out of my house, knock on my neighbor's door, show them this Pac-Man chart and go, hey, you're going to make something for these two devices here. Are you going to make it for the blue or are you going to make it for the green? My neighbor will probably say, the blue. I'm going to make it for because there's more people to buy my stuff. Thank you very much, neighbor. Common sense. And that's without even knowing business strategies. That's without knowing bullshit budgets or anything. That is common sense. Who are you going to make a game for? Grinders, the blue, or the green? And it's 70-30 globally. So if you're going to make a game globally, who are you making it for? The blue or the green? That's what he was just saying. If it takes extra time, I'm going to make sure the blue one works. Because the green ones could go take a fucking walk. Because I let that just work over. That's a port. Nonetheless, the green one gives me more work because I got to make it work on a weaker console. Where the blue is one fixed hardware across both digital and disc. The green, the smaller of them, has 2 consoles I got to make it for. That's an inconvenience. That is why this stuff's happening. And that's why I said third party ain't going to show anything on Xbox. It has to start from ground zero. Their first party. Halo, Gears, Forza, Hellblade, all the bullshit games that we ask about that are not around. Sure as hell, Halo's not showing it. But what are you doing? Their first party. That's what Sony did. When they were down and out, they relied on their first party studios and made some great games and said, hey, nobody's doing the sell. Well, we're going to do it. And make sure next gen, we ain't going nowhere near a cell processor. We're making it easy for us and for our third party, and we're going to win this shit back. And that's what Sony did. They didn't double down on weakness because, guys, this was happening last gen. This is supposed to... I was told this was going to change. Microsoft learned from their lessons.
The landscape. Phil saved us.
Phil saved Phil. This is Phil's console. The Xbox One was Donnie D's console. I remember that. This is Phil's launch.
Yeah, and then they still blame Don Magic.
They still blame Don Magic for the console. They still blame the console. Like, what are we doing here on this stuff? Like, I
know Don Metric sitting back like, yo, how the fuck am I still being mentioned with this
he's like
shit?
He's drinking Mai Tais. He goes, they're still blaming my ass for this shit. What did they do? What did I do? All I told them was like, hey, if you don't have online, don't buy an Xbox One. Stay with the 360. And they killed me for that. Meanwhile, he sits there and sees Phil Spencer going, I don't care where you play. Don't buy a console. And they cheer him for that. The guy's like, all I said was, hey, if you don't have online, this is an online console. Stay with what you got. And they said, boo, kill Don Magic, get him out of here. And then meanwhile, Phil just spent the last 5 years telling you don't buy a console, and they're celebrating Phil Spencer. Don Magic's like, what did I do? Was it my delivery? This guy's been telling people for 5 years, don't buy a console. Who cares? Like election. Who cares if you vote for me? Don't vote for anybody. Who cares? And they're celebrating.
Goes the problem, man.
They celebrate.
There goes the problem.
Phil, this is great.
I said it before and I say it again. Some of these guys, man, when they champion on the BS, like I swear they have like there's some issues, man. There's some issues going on there. There's some serious issues going on there.
They love that dude way too much, frogs.
Yeah, I don't get how you can't see that this guy is not really for you. He's not really for you at all. You know, in the gaming space, he's a businessman, so I get it. I get the business aspect, but damn, like this man has told you time and time, I'm not really for y'all. Not at all. Y'all figure it out. That's basically what he's telling you. Y'all figure it out.
He goes, I heard you. No, he says, we hear you and all that other stuff. This is what I got to find.
Sales don't matter.
Sales don't buy a console.
No. The whole sales don't matter thing is funny because when I think Xbox beat PlayStation in Japan or something like that.
Oh yeah, like 1 month.
You had Aaron Greenberg retweet. Sales don't matter though. Sales don't matter though. And when they thought Hi-Fi Rush was doing good in sales on fucking PC, they were ecstatic. But sales don't matter.
Sales don't matter.
Sales matter conveniently for them.
Yeah, it does. And it's sad. It should matter across the board, you know. But they've gotten to a place where they're so comfortable with telling people, don't buy this, don't buy that. Nothing really matters.
I'm trying to find.
Listen, man, I've spent so much on video games this generation, bruh, and I'm happy with my experience on PlayStation.
Yep.
I'm
Same here.
content. I'm
Let's see,
content.
I got. Oh, I thought I shared this thing. Hold on, I have something here. This is gonna be a classic. Illness. Let me see here. I have it right here.
The film.
Oh man, this is a classic one. Where is it? Where the hell is that article? The grinds are going wild, dude. They're going friggin' wild.
Hey, somebody said, "What the hell you gonna do with seven PlayStations? What, you got a PlayStation in the bathroom?" That let me know that y'all used to what, regular houses? What is it, like 3 2s, nigga? Is that what y'all live
Yeah.
in? Like, I mean, that gotta be what it is, bro.
I
'cause
got a
if you
total of 4 PlayStations in my house.
I got
PS5.
I got a
Yeah.
tree. I got 3.
Freaking,
I don't
that's
know.
crazy.
I don't know. I mean,
Is it in here?
I guess we're more fortunate than everybody. Either that or some of these people still live in their mom and dad's basements.
Hold on.
Hey, I ain't gonna even lie to you. If I could have stayed home longer, I would have, bro.
Oh, I mean,
now I would have.
Me, I can go ahead and save what I make, and mortgage and all that stuff. Oh, you would help me out.
Yeah, now I would have. Back in the days, I don't know how y'all kids do it.
No, I couldn't have did it back in the day.
Back in the days, I couldn't wait to get the fuck up out of there. I'm like, dude, I want to make my own rules. I want to do my own thing. I don't care. I'll pay my own bills.
Man, where the hell was I can't find my article. I thought I saved it. Dude, when they announced the Xbox Series, that's why. I know what's going on. Damn it. I tell you, this, even to this day, Series S and 1S and all this other stupid stuff. Listen to this. I got it right here. Here it is. Is this it? Oh, damn. Here it is. I know I was going to find it. Where are you? Where are you, Xbox Wire? Right from the horse's mouth. Urgh. So, they said, remember when the Xbox Series S, because now, do you think this is all because of the, now, this is the other thing, too. Oh, let me get the super chat here. I saw one come through. Ryan Land says, Phil gotta go. Bye, Phil Likia.
Who said that?
Ryan Land said that. Phil gotta go. Yes, he does have to go, dude. So is this it? Ooh, here it is. So, before I show this article here, Grinders, hit that goddamn like button. Guess what? This is what we're doing here. Naming conventions. I know, they were stupid. So, now we said about the Xbox not, like, them not utilizing this thing. So, do we believe that a lot of this, and Frog was talking about Baldur's Gate as well, saying that was, they couldn't get split screen co-op to work. And I remember another game that couldn't get split screen co-op to work.
I honestly don't think that that's what it is. I think that's the excuse that they're going with, but no.
Yeah, I think it's. I think that it's just not the Xbox. They can't. I think that they had some sort of. This was an announcement. This was announcing, and they're just like, yeah, it's just not working. But the fact that they said split screen co-op, though.
You know what I noticed, and you can look this up. Ever since that Baldur's Gate 3 thing was announced, what I noticed is that Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 and some definitive edition popped up on the store too.
Yep. They're selling hard.
To be honest with you, I know Sony's still on the prowl, but they dealing with this whole Activision Blizzard thing, and I'm pretty sure they're looking to pick up some RPG people who make RPGs and shit like that.
Oh, maybe they're just saying, yeah, we got an Xbox, but yeah, whatever. But but the thing is like this Series S thing, said it from back when I got the video here in a year ago, showing Booster be the biggest seller. Because it was everywhere. Xbox Series S was a big seller. These are my photos from the Targets I was at. They had Series S's in the PlayStation cabinets. That's how many of these things they had. I got a photo right here. They had Series S's inside the PlayStation cabinets. This thing was everywhere. And what I didn't get is why were people celebrating the sales of Booster? And I got in some tussles like, why are we here celebrating the sales of this thing? If power was the reason why Xbox lost generation, then why are you celebrating the weakest console, saying, look at it selling, because you basically disproven the whole reason why Xbox sucked last generation was because it was the least powerful console and Sony was more powerful. Well, now you celebrate this weakest box. This thing can't even hold up the texture quality, nor the modes. No ray tracing, no high fidelity, no performance modes in this thing. This thing is missing features. Hogwarts, it doesn't have ray tracing in it. It's a next-gen console. What do you mean it don't have ray tracing in it? This thing was everywhere. This was everywhere. Shocked. That Series Booster was everywhere. Thank you, Grinders. I'm talking to myself right now. Booster was in the Xbox cabinet.
Yeah, it's
Booster was in the PlayStation cabinet.
The thing is,
Booster was in the Nintendo cabinet. In the Nintendo cabinet. Booster was everywhere.
And I don't understand why people believe that people are so fucking stupid, dog. Why would anybody choose to pick up an Xbox? Ask yourself that question. I can tell you about the Switch. I can tell you about all the great games that you can pick up on the Switch, even if I don't fuck with the Switch like that, right? Like, I ain't got no malice towards the Switch. it just ain't for me. But when you look at PC, you can say, oh, okay, well, PC got the little Steam Deck, they got VR, they got all of these alternative ways to play and shit like that. You can make a case for somebody building a rig, building a PC. When it comes to PlayStation, you got all of these different ways to play, bro. Like, they got these games where you can interact with your family on the phones and shit like that. They got these games in VR. They got crazy fucking exclusive games. You know what I'm saying? And they're going out of their way to work with these developers, and they're even funding to have the paying to fund these projects to be done.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And then
right,
and then you have Xbox, and when somebody try to sell you on it, they try to sell you on the fact that it's cheap. Little do y'all know, people don't want shit that's cheap. Nope. If they don't feel like it's a premium product, they're not gonna buy it.
And $300 is cheap.
Yeah.
$300 is still something. Like, it's not like it's like for free.
Yeah, but for this $300, what do I get?
I'm going to tell you right now, Sick, you better hold on to your chair, because knowing what we know now, Grinders, this is what's beautiful about the Grindhouse, is that knowing what we talked about this stuff before as it was happening, and now knowing what we know now, Sick, I'm going to tell you what you're getting for $300. From Microsoft's website, xboxnews.com, Xbox's mouth. This is not no fanboy, you heard it here first. This is from their mouth of what the Series S is. Let me tell you, Sick, you better hold on. Hit those hundreds, hit those like buttons. Here we go. Quote, this is them. The primary difference between the Xbox Series X and the Series S is in resolution. That's it. Through talking to our customers, we found that many of our fans prioritize frame rate over resolution. So we wanted to build a console that didn't require a 4K TV. Wait, I keep going. Xbox Series S delivers approximately 3 times the GPU of the Xbox One, and was not the One X, the One was designed to play games at a 1440p at 60 frames per second. With support.
And how many games really play like that?
Wait, there's more. With the increased efficiency we get from the next generation Fill DNA in your face RDNA 2 graphics architecture, combined with the virtual memory multipliers, enable us through Xbox Velocity architecture. That is a mouthful of what is that? That's a mouthful. What is that? Of all that crap. The high velocity architecture, Xbox Series X will deliver performance and experiences well beyond the raw specs.
Lies.
But wait, no. Guys, calm down. There's more. This is the humdinger of all humdingers. In addition, the Series X and Series S share the same development environment, tools, and capabilities, all of which enable developers to build and release their content across consoles more easily, while still taking advantage of the unique hardware capabilities of the next generation.
Yep. And I
You
got
know
a
what I
Bridget
think
Miller in
Xbox
Brooklyn.
believe? You know what I think Xbox believe? I think Xbox believed that the Switch sold because it was $300.
Yeah.
And they're like, me too, me too.
Yeah, not the
Buzzword
fact
shoot.
that they're releasing awesome games, right? Just the fact that it's $300, and it was like, oh
They said
shit,
something
well,
at
people
3.
running
We'll
out
get it
in
at
droves.
3.
Yeah. I think they thought 3 was the good price, and that people were so stupid. But it makes sense what PlayStation did, which is why I always thought PlayStation had the best fucking idea. We'll
Yeah.
give you 2 options, one with a disc drive, one without
And
a
one
disc
without the
drive,
disc. Yep.
and you can save $100 by choosing the one without the disc drive. And it made business sense because even if you bought the one that didn't have the disc drive, then you were guaranteed to have to buy shit from our store because you have no other way to buy it.
Yep, I think you're right. I think they saw that 300 price point and said, we need something at 300, so let's do it. But what they said, its resolution is the only difference. Here it is, Wild Hearts, 3 years later. Dude, there's whole ass textures and grass missing in the Series S booster version. It's not just a resolution. It is actual assets that are not there in the S. There's no ray tracing in her Hogwarts. There is none of this stuff. Like, it is removed that stuff. And wait, I got a developer right here from a Grindhouse. Guys, we're going to do Inception here. We're going to do Inception. We're going to do a Grindhouse with a Grindhouse inside of it. These are 3 levels of Grindhouse right here. But you got to listen to Ryan McCaffrey's interview with the developer at our good friends over at Remedy, who really hate the Series S. They are haters of haters. But let's hear what he has to say about Booster.
Wait. Make sure you pull up the Michael, what his name is? Albert Pinello.
Oh, yes. I have him
That
too.
shit was hilarious.
Dude, Al Pinello he was talking from his ass because he left Microsoft already. He was still talking about the secret sauce and the Xbox One before he left. Hear this.
I'm kind of curious, in your experience in Remedy's
This is Inception right
Control,
here. Oh, so, see, I said it again.
Kind of major differences between developing Control for PS5 versus developing it for Series X, and really kind of, I'd throw the Series S in there too, because that's certainly a wild card in the sense that Sony there isn't a comparable thing on the Sony side for that. So I'd just be curious if you could speak to quickly speak to the differences, if any, between the 2 platforms.
Oh, of course there's differences, and I talk a lot with the engineers and many team members about that. I mean, ultimately both machines are like great, like they're really well built, and like I said, it's early days, so there's still a lot of just system level issues and bugs that impact performance or cause crashes and things like that. It's just that's all gonna get better.
There isn't a piece of shit on Sony's side.
Their sort of development software and tools were like pretty.
He's saying they're equal.
Pretty early on.
It's early on.
Things that people don't really see, like all of these impact.
Wait till he gets to talk about the S.
That the consumer gets. And Microsoft opted to change quite a lot of things, which on the long run are probably good. But of course, it's just a bigger hurdle for us devs early on to kind of like, we got to rewrite a bunch of different things to really take advantage of specific features, and that's not. That's not like a huge negative or anything. It's just what software development is like. But maybe that explains some of the things. Like there's all this discussion like about teraflops, this and that. I'm just like, man, it's just numbers. Like ultimately, like the tools and everything just matters so much more, and how all of that is brought together matters so much more than just purely the numbers.
Right.
And then. Series S, well, it's it's no different from like the previous generations where like the system with the lowest specs does end up dictating a few of the things that you're going to do, because you're going to have to run on that system, right?
Yeah.
And it's very easy to say that, well, you just like lower your resolution and texture quality and off you go. It's just nowhere near that simple. Like, it sounds good when you say it, and every engine is built in a different way. It's another thing when gamers might be, like these idiots, like this game engine, like does all of these things. Well, it depends on, are you making like an engine that's much more about, GPU bound or CPU bound? Like which are you taxing a whole lot more? Well, we kind of tax kind of both because we have a lot of physics, but then we have a lot of the ray tracing effects. But then that makes a huge difference, especially on Series S. So it's a lot more difficult to engineer an old game to make sure it works on everything. But now that we're building the future games, and hey, we know these are the system it has to run, we take that into account from day one, and we can ensure that all platforms.
It was being very
targeting
optimistic.
the
Lower system.
The experience.
But they're targeting a lower system. But you hear the thing is with this whole video is that he is saying that you can't just. What did they say in that Xbox article? It's just resolution's the difference. The guy's like, no, you don't just lower resolution and it works. Like, it talks stuff. Like, Microsoft was marketing this thing as like, hey, it's a Series X, just lower resolution. And it's not. And we're seeing this 3 years in. We were saying this back then. Back then, nobody likes your booster. That was 4 months ago when I did this. And that video was even before that when they launched in 2020. And we're seeing the Series S is not getting. There's no parity with it. They are just dropping modes out. They're just there's no high frame rate modes in some of them. And then when there are modes, dude, they're dropping resolutions down to like 720p or whatever they can just to get the stupid thing to work.
540p.
540p, yes, Link.
On Halo, if you play it in 120 frames.
Yeah.
What's up?
What's up, man?
Yeah.
So like, we like this whole Xbox thing? Where's the Sig was saying like the Albert Pinello stuff? Like, where the hell is that thing?
Was anyone saying the Series S is gonna have better frame rates than the PS5?
Oh yeah,
that was Albert Pinello.
That dude.
Listen, the reason why that was funny and I laughed when I saw it, I didn't even comment on it because it was so stupid when he said it. Is the fact that I said he clearly doesn't know anything about game development.
He doesn't.
He clearly doesn't even know how games. He
wasn't
run.
even at Microsoft at the time when this thing was launching. He was just capping for them because
he was still capping.
Did you hear what that Remedy? Did you hear what that Remedy dev said? That Remedy dev said he literally said, "Is it going to be GPU bound or is it going to be CPU bound?" That you have a lot of that when you're talking about games that just from a PC perspective, right? Like you'll have some of these RTS games that they're really fucking taxing, but they're taxing not on the GPU, on the CPU because there's a ton of fucking calculations and shit that need to be done.
Look at Gotham Knights.
Yeah,
that's a CPU bound game. That's
you're right, Link. And that's the thing. This trifecta right now. What was the trifecta right before the holidays? It was what? Gotham Knights, Plague's Tale, the last set of
all 30 frames.
What was the other one?
All 30 frames. They were all 30 frames. I can't remember.
You're right. Well, it was Plague's Tale. It was because I remember us having this Gotham Knights, like that set right before the VGAs. The last set of third-party games that come out, like there was another set, just like how we're talking about now, with Atomic Heart and Hogwarts and stuff. There was another set where the Xbox just had bad performance, and it was Plague's Tale, it was Gotham Knights, and it was just there was another one too. I remember
did run a little bit better on the Xbox, but neither one of them ran a lot 30 frames.
Well, yeah, they weren't 30
frames. You got to understand about that is that game wasn't even designed for the PS5.
Hell no, that shit ran like dog shit on the PlayStation.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to think about it. The people who developed that game, they're also the people who worked with Microsoft before. I think on that flight simulator shit.
It is.
Sobo.
Yeah.
So,
but like, yeah, they were capping for this. But the thing was, the talk in 2020 was all like, this is the turning over of the new leaf. This is what they're gonna do, and all this like, you're gonna have the CPU is the same thing as in the Xbox. It's gonna be like, I remember. I don't even know if it was Phil saying it, but somebody was like, hey, the PlayStation 5 is going to compete against the Series S because the X is in such a different power bracket.
Listen, Jez, their only hope, which I don't even know why they were banking on this, was that they were going to have a better version of the multiplets.
Yep, because they didn't have the game.
Because last generation, the Series X had a couple of games that ran better. Every game didn't even run better on the Series. Like Resident Evil and shit ran better on the PlayStation. On a less powerful GPU.
Listen,
you cannot out-engineer Sony. Microsoft can't do it.
No. The only way the Xbox can win and I want y'all to hear me and understand me when I say this. The only way the Xbox can win is if they do not, if developers do not take advantage of the PlayStation.
That's the only
Xbox
way.
knows this. That's why they're trying to buy up every goddamn studio.
Enforce
Because
parity.
if we control the goddamn games, they don't ever have to fully utilize the PlayStation.
Nope.
You see what I'm saying?
They can force parity. That's what they can do. And you won't be able to add features on the PlayStation that the Xbox doesn't have.
And because think about it, how in the hell you have a game that loads quicker on the fucking Xbox than on the PlayStation?
No game
really,
should.
Really
no game.
ask yourself that question.
With a Gen 3 SSD versus the Gen 4.
Whatever your name is,
It's always
get ready
a
for the big
situation where
surprise.
they're not fully utilizing the PlayStation.
Yeah,
That's the only way the Xbox will ever shine. And Xbox understands that at this point. So they know getting third-party marketing deals ain't gonna make a fucking difference.
So they gotta own. So you're saying basically they have to own these companies in order to fuck PlayStation?
Yes,
exactly.
That's
Because
the
they can
only way they can
control-
stop it from shining.
Yep.
Because now we can say, hey, we own this. Hey, we'll still put it on your platform. But guess what? All of those cool ass features and shit like that, nah, big
Yeah,
dog.
and there's no way to prove it either, Sick. There's no way to prove it because
they said it.
because
They said it. They said first, better, or best on their platform. How the game gonna run.
Yeah.
So they're gonna force developers to give the PlayStation version if they own that dev.
But what they're going to do, Sick, what they're going to do is they're going to make the game to cater to what the game needs to be on their platform, and that's the version that PlayStation is going to get. And you're not going to be able to compare, like, if the studio was not on it.
Look at Psychonauts. Jed, look at Psychonauts.
Yeah, they never did a PS5
Psychonauts?
version, right? Or they never did
No.
they never did a PS5 version of it.
No, and people was like, well, they never promised it. And that's true.
Oh, they
But-
only
but
did
you think
update for 14, 40, and 60. That's the only thing they did.
But you
they didn't
think if
actually
Double
do a total
Fine-
PS5 version,
What happened, Frog?
which is trash. I said they just did a 14, 40, 60 frames patch, but they actually never did a PS5 version of that game, which is sad.
Adaptive triggers and all
you
that
know,
stuff. Yeah.
They
And-
just
and
they
ask
killed
yourself-
that. They killed that game.
What reasoning would they have to do that?
There's no reason. There's not.
Think about this. I'm gonna put another one in your ear. We all know that Starfield was being developed for the PlayStation 5.
Yes, we do.
Immediately after that ZeniMax deal closed, all of a sudden there's no PlayStation version because they knew had the PlayStation version gone head to head with the Xbox version, it was gonna be a fucking it was gonna be a day for them.
Yeah, it's gonna be a shit show.
Look at the game. What was that game? Outer Worlds or some shit like that.
Yeah,
but these are the people that y'all want to buy Call of Duty and Activision.
And fuck the game.
Y'all, I
They're going
I
to.
still don't understand how anybody could agree with that notion when you clearly see what
Listen.
the attitude of that company is.
There's a reason why when you play Fortnite on the Switch, it puts you in the same pool with the mobile gamers that play on cell phones. Okay. Now, you can play crossplay with console, but by default, it's going to pair you with people that's on cell phones because the game run like dog shit on the Switch. If they shoehorn the Switch into the development of Call of Duty, that game is going to be fucked.
They are
Because that's
literally
the lowest common
only
denominator.
trying to use the Switch as a bargaining chip for this
course.
deal to go through. Think about this. Look at how everything has changed, and you've seen this, Jez. They went from, hey, more gamers get to play more games, to, hey, we just want to compete. Sony got too many games. Like, whoa, hold on.
Yeah,
player. Didn't you
how do you
just
change
say?
that quick?
Didn't you just say you want more gamers to play more games?
Phil signed inside the goddamn 20th anniversary controller. When more people play, we all win. When gamers, he signed inside the controller. He signed that stuff and proceeded to go and say Starfield is exclusive. He signed it in the controller. When more people play, we win. And it's just like, what I don't understand is the psychology is like, oh, when Xbox makes a game go on PC and Xbox, it's more people play our game. But if Sony does a PC, a PlayStation version, it's like, why don't you put it on Xbox? More people to play your game. And it's just like, wait, that's not more people playing. But when Xbox says more people to play our game on a PC and Xbox, that's the world. But meanwhile, you're taking away Nintendo and Sony, who have the biggest install bases of consoles. That's more people play games, right? When you omit Sony and Nintendo for an Xbox,
Remember
game. That means
dumbass article.
Why?
Remember
Because
that
it's on
dumbass
a
article?
But Link. It's because they could stream it to a phone with a paid service. Is that changes it? A paid service,
Listen.
you stream it to your phone.
Remember that dumbass? I read a crazy ass article where they were complaining about Bloodborne and Final Fantasy VII Remake never gonna come to the Xbox. Now let me ask you a question.
You're
guys.
20%. Nobody's coming to you.
But yes, Sony funded these games to be without PlayStation. Neither one of these games would have been made. Microsoft didn't pony up the money to make these games. They didn't pony up the money to make Bloodborne or Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Listen, after that trick that Xbox did with MLB The Show, Sony been on their shit, bro. They
Because
changed
Microsoft
the
really
way
had no choice.
they changed the way everything is done.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no deals there.
They're not doing that trash anymore.
Right.
They got suckered at that.
And that 505, listen, that 505 games where they run around Sony to publish the shit on PC, that won't happen again. If it go to PC, it's gonna be published by Sony. It ain't gonna be in no fucking Game Pass. It was a technicality that allowed that game to be because they didn't publish it on PC. They own the IP, but did not publish it on PC. That would not happen again.
Dude, it just annoys me so much. It's like, well, when a game like because of Baldur's Gate was on PlayStation, which has an 80%, 70% global mind share of console. So Microsoft showed the numbers. And on PC, that's like, oh, no, why are you leaving us out? But when Microsoft puts it on, it's everywhere. Thanks, Phil, for putting it everywhere. Everywhere is PC and Xbox. That's okay. That's everybody plays games when you omit the other two high performing consoles. And it makes no sense. It makes no sense. Like you would say a PS5 and a PC, you're covered pretty good. An Xbox and PC, you're missing out on an install base that's 80%, 70% global. You're missing out. So when more people play, and that's the thing, as Nintendo and Sony just continue to dominate, the omission of those two platforms is going to be ridiculous for Microsoft because they're not, I'm telling you, whatever you want to say with their PC venture shit, their PC games are not selling as if they were on console. They're not selling. Microsoft. Their
PlayStation PC games ain't selling on the damn PC.
Yeah,
they're buying that shit.
I'm telling you, they're not selling like they would sell, like how the golden days of attachment rates and shit. Their games are not selling, and
nothing is selling on PC.
Exactly, and that PC is not offsetting a PlayStation or a PlayStation at all. Especially as PlayStation continues to get bigger. That install base is just a big number. Again, they're spinning numbers around to make them look big. They're fluffing their feathers and they're weak-ass chicken. But they're fluffing their feathers going, look, billions of gamers have access to it. Yeah, how many billions are playing it and paying to play it? Not a lot. That's why the pivots have changed. Because in 2017, 2018, it was just put it on PC and PC is going to cover the cost that we're not getting it. It's not. It's not because they're pivoting. Now they're buying whole-ass publishers because they cannot afford to pay for big games to be in their service to attract gamers to it. They don't want those deals. Instead, they want to own a whole-ass publisher so they can control the type of game that they want to make to fit in their model, and that's the game that they're going to put on other platforms like Call of Duty. But they'll make damn sure that Call of Duty's budget, Call of Duty's feature set, Call of Duty stuff is made for what they need. That's why you buy a publisher rather than just get a game on your platform. They could go out there and just say, hey, I want Call of Duty exclusive for a year. Here's the bank. You know what I mean? But that's not the point. They want to own the ins and outs of Call of Duty so that they could decide what type of Call of Duty they're going to make to fit their needs, their model, their budget, their size, their distribution.
Look at Sony always, as lately, has had deals with Call of Duty to get exclusive content on their platform, right?
Yeah.
Well, now that Microsoft technically would own it, there's no more deals like that.
They're not doing any deals, dude. Sony knows that. That's why they're against this whole shit.
You know what I'm saying? Because now Sony has to go to Microsoft to bargain, and Microsoft's it's a poison pill, man.
So this thing with spinning off Xbox, this whole thing that came out today, and Phil coming out saying it's not some linchpin to the long term. Xbox will still exist if the deal doesn't go through, said Spencer.
Now ask yourself this.
We don't
question.
really need them, he says.
No. Ask
they don't really need who?
We don't need Activision.
No. Ask yourself this question. Say to yourself, self. Why would I, if I am so confident that I have created a path, or that our team have created a path to successful acquisition and merger, why we would come out and make these dumbass statements?
Because it's not going. There's doubt.
No. Ask yourself that question. What do they know? What have they been told? What are they currently hearing to make them come out and reassure? Because remember, Phil ain't the first person to do this. Satya came out and said the exact same thing. Not linchpin or whatever, but he was like, if this merger does not go through, Xbox will still be around. Why would you be saying that if you're super confident that this shit is going to go through?
Oh, they would not be saying
anybody explain it.
They would not be saying
You don't hear a
stuff.
peep from Sony. And you don't hear a peep from Sony because guess what? Them motherfuckers is out there working. Nigga, they got their lawyers putting in overtime. They said, nigga, we can't even make first party games. If we don't get the money from Call of Duty.
I know they said that too, man. They said that, but you want to know what? That goes to the point. It's like Call of Duty brings money in from them. Whether they said that we can't make our games, but that's some finesse lies right there. Like, you know, they sell so much with their games that they make all that money. Like, they make all that back. They're not paying any royalties or discounts and stuff. But the thing is, in the big picture, the reason why Sony has a problem with this is Call of Duty does bring in money to their platform, and that is money that's going on. So that's what, but they're trying to turn that into, well, we can't make our great quality content that everybody loves if we don't have Call of Duty money that's coming in there. But it does make money, and that's why they're so against this thing, because Microsoft is going over there and saying, well, guess what? Now you're gonna make us money by you selling it, and Sony's just like, nah, man. But it doesn't make sense.
The simple fact of the matter is, the reason why Xbox thought that this would be an easy fucking sell is because, hey, we're telling you we will never take this game off of PlayStation. Look at Minecraft. We did not remove Minecraft. We kept it where it was. Now listen. I know you saw what we just did with ZeniMax, but don't worry about that. We promise this whole Activision thing will be so much different. We promise.
Dude.
And then Sony is like, fuck no. Y'all seen what the fuck they did with ZeniMax, and they took some of the biggest games that are currently on our platform, which we are currently selling and they are making money off of, and they're making those games exclusive. Why would you do that if you're not trying to poach users from our console base?
They're trying.
You want them to be drooling at the mouth over these games after they've already become acclimated to these games. They're already acclimated to Elder Scrolls Online. They're already acclimated to the wide variety of RPGs and shit like that, right? But now you want to tell them, oh, if you want this, then you have to get that. You have to play it here. You have to play it somewhere else besides the place that you've been playing it for years. That's why they keep bringing up this shit, talking about it gives Microsoft the ability to foreclose on the competition. Yes, it absolutely does.
Yeah.
And they do it in such a sneaky and underhanded manner. And that's what the fuck the FTC and the EU and the CMA, that's what they're trying to prevent.
Yeah. And also, too, sick, it's not Xbox buying Activision. It is Microsoft buying Activision. It is a huge company buying another huge company. They were saying, like, Sony, their cap is not even equivalent to Microsoft. So, like, Sony's the amount of money that Sony is worth is not even near what Microsoft is worth. It's Microsoft buying Activision. So you can't say like, hey, Sony is dominating us. Dude, they're dominating you in a very specific market. And their whole entire company is not as big as your company. So you are basically like this big giant complaining about these little ants, saying, they're biting me. They're bothering me. We can't compete with these little guys. That's a you problem, dude. But you can't they're trying to make themselves look small and weak. And the thing is how can you do that? And I said this before, this is a PR nightmare, because even if Xbox exists after this deal gets blocked, it will never, ever be the same again. There's no coming back from this. This is a one-way trip to hell for them, because you cannot come back in the deal like Phil says here, quote, well, but we don't really need them. Good if it happens, I guess. You fucking con man son of a bitch. You fake fuck. You're such a fake face fuck of motherfucker. You're such a bullshit. God, you are so. I get. Man, 78 billion. He's like, if it happens, I guess. Like he took a shit in his pants or something like that. Like, oh yeah, oops, a wet fart. Sorry. Like, are you kidding me? You just dragged your company through the mud. There is no coming back from this. You can't be like the Activision deal fails and you come out the next day going, Xbox is the best place to play. We're coming. This is incredible. Customer. We're doing incredible globally. Xbox is big in Japan. Pause. No. You can't come back from this. You basically said you sucked for 2 years and showed charts showing why you suck balls and why you suck. You can't come back from this. This is done. That's why if this deal doesn't go through, the PR nightmare that this became, Xbox is done. Like, there's no way. How are you going to come back and get on stage, chest out, all puffy, or like confident? Dude, you are a weak little bitch. You're done. It's not even coming from your little department or Greenberg on Twitter, dude. It's not. You went out there with your biggest people, the heads of Microsoft, the CEOs, and they're telling you Xbox sucks and we can't compete. What do you think business people are going to say when this deal doesn't go through? Fuck, who knows what they're going to say if the deal does go through? They already wrote in their little chart, Xbox still not going to compete with Nintendo and Sony after the deal goes through. But you just basically pointed your finger to the weakest link in your whole entire company and said, we suck. Xbox is the weakest link. You don't think business people are looking at that Xbox arm right now with a lot of suspect eyes to it going, dude, all right, well, even if you get Activision, you're my number one customer. When you show us that your year over year is still minus 11% in hardware, services are down 19%. Oh, well, what happened with the Activision deal? Where's the money come? Because we all know this is not going to change shit because they were getting Call of Duty anyway.
Listen, the Bethesda deal didn't change. All they did was take the games off PlayStation, but it didn't change the trajectory of the company.
This is not going to change anything because Call of Duty is still where it is, and the problem is after all these compromises that they make, these contingencies, these things that they got to make to the system, they can't even leverage the thing that they need to leverage in order to make Xbox even have a whiff of goddamn good news out of this whole thing. The concessions they got to make doesn't even make this deal a lucrative deal at all. They can't even leverage Call of Duty in how they want to leverage it. They can't. They gotta come. They actually made themselves get more work, and the fact that they gotta put Call of Duty on a Switch now, which they weren't banking on when they bought Activision, because nobody called Nintendo and said, "Hey, Nintendo, we'll put it on a Switch. That's why we bought Activision." No, that's a concession they gotta make. Now they just gave themselves more work for the next 10 years. That wasn't something that was planned.
That's not even a concession that they had to make, though, Jez.
But they
literally
they signed it in paper.
No, they used it as a concession. The problem is you invited that situation.
Yep.
It's not that it couldn't have happened before. You went out
did happen,
searching
yeah.
for something that you could use as something to say, hey, look at what we're doing here. Come on, again, how many people are that fucking stupid? Do y'all really think the European Commission, those people are that fucking dumb?
Dude,
That they're not looking at this and saying, you think you're smart?
They didn't even put Nintendo as one of the direct competitors. The main thing is Sony. That's who they need. And Sony knows that. Because if you look at the reason why they did that chart and they didn't put Nintendo in that chart is because the regulators didn't consider Nintendo a direct competitor. They said the higher end consoles was the PlayStation and Xbox. That's why that chart doesn't have Nintendo. So Microsoft putting a non-contender who doesn't directly affect Microsoft competition, putting the game on there doesn't hold any water at all because they already agreed Nintendo is not a direct competitor. It's PlayStation and Xbox. That's why that chart didn't have a Nintendo on there. And if they did, Microsoft will be a slice of ass on that goddamn chart. They're a little 10% on that thing. But they only did Sony, and because people were complaining, where's Nintendo? It's because the regulators didn't consider Nintendo as anything that's going to harm Microsoft. So why Microsoft putting games on there is going to matter? It's not, because it's like, oh, whatever. That's like just giving free hand-me-outs to people. That's not going to impact your leverage that you're going to have to outcast Sony in this deal. And by Sony not moving on this thing, it shows that this deal is a raw deal for Sony. Even if Sony's like, you know what, whatever, it's a raw deal. So as long as Sony stays strong, the regulatory agencies out there see Sony as a direct competitor, and this impacting Sony much more than Nintendo. That's why Nintendo is not even this whole thing. You're right. They wrote this up. They brought this upon themselves, but they gave themselves more work.
Yeah, but it's crazy as hell, though. It's not
It
like
is crazy. It's a reach, dude. It's such a reach.
Here's the problem. They're speaking as if Activision was some destitute company that just couldn't make it if they didn't acquire them. If Activision wanted to put aside the resources to make a fucking Switch version, they could, and they don't need Microsoft to do that.
Nope.
They already have a mobile version of the game, which all they would need to do is fucking port that shit and make it work on the Switch. Like, can we stop with the bullshit, bro? Like, let's stop with the nonsense. They're sitting up here and they're trying to use this as some fucking bargaining chip to say this is why we should be able to buy these people because we're trying to bring more games to more gamers. Fuck you. You can't even bring more games to yourself.
Exactly.
How the fuck you bringing more games to more gamers?
2022.
What game is anybody? If I was Sony, I'd be like, yo, what game are we talking about from fucking Xbox that they're bringing to other people? And also, I can give you valid examples of how they're taking games away from people.
Yep, exactly. Of the publisher of the scenario that they just got over, you clowns, at the CMA last time, where we're like, oh, well, it wouldn't suffice us to take games, Bethesda games, off of other platforms unless it really showed that it would grow our sales. But Bethesda games really don't sell on other things, so it would be silly for us to take it off. That's what they wrote to the CMA, and the CMA is like, yeah, Bethesda games suck. Yeah. Take it.
Bethesda games sold way more on PlayStation.
No.
So
they
that
took their word for it. They
took their word for it.
They took Microsoft word for it. And they did the opposite.
Do it.
And they did the opposite.
And they did it. They did it at the Circle Jerk. Let me get
and guess what they did?
M's Odyssey. He goes, both Sony and Xbox make money from Call of Duty, but Sony using that Call of Duty to give us great games, while Microsoft doesn't need Call of Duty money and yet gives us great games and can't give us great games. Exactly. Sony, if that's the money that Sony needs, dude, like, what's Microsoft doing with that money? M's like, exactly. What's Microsoft doing with that money? They're buying mimosas for Bonnie Ross at goddamn on Sundays. Twisted Sink says, damn, Jez going in hard. Dude, this line is so disingenuous. Twisted Sink, like, him saying, like, well, I guess, like, him downplaying this thing, just like they downplayed Call of Duty. They didn't know its sales. They didn't know its impact and all this other stuff. They are talking circles, dude, around themselves. They don't even know which end is up. And know what this shows? This all comes, and I think we all agree on this. This all shows that they are desperate. This is not a confidence this is not a confident purchase. This is not a confident where they know when they get Activision what they're going to do, how they're going to deliver games. Dude, they're not even at that point. There never will be. This is a scramble to just get this under their belt, and we'll sort out the dead later. And that's exactly
we'll sort
what
it out
doing.
when it comes along, right?
And this is not a confidence. Right. You see, there's no plan. They keep saying they're making it better. For who? How? Why? You can't leverage Call of Duty in your service. How does this make you compete? Owning a game that was already coming to your platform. Starfield was already coming to your platform. How? How does that make you better? Well, you're able to leverage that. You're not going to be able to leverage Call of Duty. But this is from a desperation point. And the thing is you did PR 101. You destroyed. Your brand was dead. It is now 6 feet under, buried with dirt on top of it right now. And there's no coming back. That's the thing. Like, you buy Activision, people want to see those numbers. You've been saying you need Activision to compete. If those numbers don't turn around and say, give us time, people are going to call it, they're going to be, not people, not the internet. I mean, the money makers, the people that go, okay, well, we gave you $70 billion. Where's the money? Oh, well, and that's when you're going to start seeing them selling the shit off. If it doesn't go through, how do you come back from this? How do you get people to
sell it? They should sell it off.
But
give it to Amazon.
I think that's why what this thing is getting IP to sell IP, just like what what's the name did with Tomb Raider. I think that's the business they're in. I think they're in the business of flipping IP. That's what I think they're going with this stuff, because it's not the talent. They're not retaining talent. They're not making games with the stuff that they bought. Instead, what they're doing is they're buying IP so they could spin it off and sell it. They're doing exactly what Tencent did with Tomb Raider. I think that's what they're doing.
That was Embracer.
Whatever those clowns are. But I think that's what the plan is, because if this all fails, they got an IP that they could flip. All right, well, you know what? We're done making Call of Duty. It didn't work out. 10 years. Who wants to buy Call of Duty? And then you got them all lined up, ready to buy it out, and you make your money back. Dude, they shut down a whole goddamn Nokia.
They shut down a lot of shit.
A whole goddamn Nokia they shut down. They bought them, chewed them up, shit them out.
Explain Mixer.
That was
that shit was dead in months.
Yep, they bought Beam. They chewed that shit up. The founder left. They paid him.
What happened to Skype? Who's using that now?
Oh, I don't know. He didn't. I don't know.
Come on, Jez. You know you got Skype on your computer.
Fuck that. Skype bullshit. Nobody uses Skype. And Microsoft doesn't even use Skype anymore. They use Teams. They don't use Skype anymore.
Facts.
They're trying
to use killing Skype on.
I just don't think that you should allow. I mean, just allowing them to gobble up this gigantic publisher, one of the biggest publishers in the gaming industry, because they needed to compete when they're already getting all the games that Activision makes now. It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
There's another agenda that they have.
They're doing,
and that's what these regulators are saying. Is like, guys, you said it wouldn't be advantageous for you to make Bethesda game exclusive, but you did it anyway.
Yep, and cloud is not. Cloud companies are shutting down. Like even the Azure.
They said cloud is not even viable.
Yeah. So what
they said it.
I know.
Microsoft.
Yeah, but you can't say cloud is not viable and make your argument about, this is for our cloud subscription services and shit like that. Come on, like that.
How do you
it doesn't make any sense. You're trying to prove that you're not trying to use COD exclusivity to hurt Sony in the console space by saying that we're actually getting this for the cloud space. But then you say the cloud space isn't even viable.
Mm-hmm.
Something not adding up.
Make that shit. None of this makes sense,
None
bro.
of it makes sense.
None of it makes sense.
I said they're cutting off their nose to spite their face, and they're basically there's no coming back from this either way. Like they have detrimented the whole gaming arm of Xbox and its relevance to all the stuff that people have been telling you. Oh, well, Xbox is really about the cloud. No, cloud is done. Oh, they're just rude. People think it's a ruse. You think it's a ruse, dude? If it is a ruse, it doesn't matter because guess what? The PR. How are you going to get people to jump on cloud when you spent a year going cloud is nowhere near where it is? It may not be where it is. Who's jumping on that? Phil already said you hit all the maximum subscribers for Game Pass on your console. How are you going to get people riled up going, Game Pass is growing. It's great. It's never even going to hit over 35 million. Everybody.
Without growth, without substantial exponential growth, Game Pass is not going to be successful.
It's exactly. You need 60,
these services
70 million,
need lots
dude.
and lots and lots of people.
You need 70 million, 60 million. All that you're not even there. And what's crazy is that the whole world aligned for your model. The world aligned to make Zoom, to make Skype, and to make Teams work. Everybody was home. Where was your Teams? And you could have been the best. Instead, Zoom comes along and takes over all your shit. Zoom became the de facto video calling thing during COVID. Not even Microsoft couldn't even do that. The world aligned for your cloud model. And all the cloud shit went to hell. The world aligned.
Whatever your name is, get ready for the big
world
surprise.
aligned for a booster box because hardware was hard to find and Booster couldn't even carry it. The world aligned for all your plans of cloud and this and Skype and integrations and streaming and guess what? You couldn't even maximize that. You couldn't even jump on those opportunities. It was a gift given to Microsoft. They had a booster box, a cheap box. They had a cloud technology, streaming. You don't need hardware to play our games. The world aligned for 2 goddamn years, and instead, they used it as an excuse to why they couldn't do shit. Instead of this technology they were hyping up leading into COVID, the 2018, 2019, couldn't even use that technology to excel during the time the world was in disarray. Instead, Zoom comes around and says, yeah, your whole might be a Skype, whole might be a Microsoft Teams. You couldn't even, nobody cared about you. A new company came in and took over. Just like Sony came in with PlayStation Plus subscriptions and just made Game Pass look like bitch. That's what it did. It came in and said, yeah, 2017, hold my beer. Here's PlayStation Plus. Look at all these games. Guess what? I could have pronounced all the games that are in PlayStation Plus, and I know of them. Go tell me what the games of gold were. Where were those found? I don't even think they can find them in Walmart.
Yes, up until this Atomic Hearts came out, look what the offerings they had for Game Pass was. Did they really think they was going to grow with this dog shit they was putting in there?
No. Oh wait, but y'all gotta come on, man. We gotta acknowledge the fact that they went from saying that Forza was the best game in Game Pass to saying that Halo was the best game in Game Pass to saying that Hi-Fi Rush is the best game in Game Pass to now Atomic Hearts is bro. It's whatever y'all got for the moment is the best.
Where's my tweet? Where's my tweet? This thing. This client. Yeah, look. Here it is. True Achievements goes, first week player data suggests that Atomic Heart is a runaway success and the most popular new game release of 2023 so far. And I go, what happened to Game of the Year Hi-Fi Rush?
Yeah, wait. I have to know. What metric are they using to gauge this success, bro?
I got it right here. I have it right here. This is the metric that they're using right now. I'll show you. It may be in here it is. This is the metric that they're using.
Bullshit.
There it is.
Bullshit.
That's the metric. It's a bunch of bullshit.
How many assholes we got on this ship anyhow?
Yo, it's so funny. Nobody asked for any proof. Everybody's just like, oh,
they're like the most popular
Keep
game.
firing, assholes.
And man, let me tell you something. I watched somebody stream that damn Atomic Hearts on the Xbox. That frame rate was all over the damn place.
Know what I think is very funny?
That shit was going all over it. I mean, that shit was dropping, shaking, stuttering, slowing down. I said, God damn, y'all got the marketing rights for this game. What's the excuse?
Know what I think is damn funny? Is that we got all these influencers out there, all these 3Cs in the chat. We got them all over the place, right? And they've been playing Hogwarts for a week. They've been playing Atomic Heart and talking about I love this. I played it on my Series X. I played this and not one of them say, the frame rate sucks. And what's hilarious is that it's not until Digital Foundry comes out and goes, these games are stuttering like stuttering Satya on these platforms, and all these influencers wouldn't even they look around and say like, hey, I'm gonna get kicked out of this community if I say
Jizz.
Nobody brought up anything about frame rates, dude, until Digital Foundry.
Anybody using VRR as an argument?
Yeah, where's the VRR? Oh, well, it's stuttering, but I turned on VRR and now it's fine.
Because PlayStation has VR now.
They won't talk about that anymore because that's what it was for a whole year. They're like, VRR fixes the issues. I just bought a $2,000 TV to fix the frame rate issue that Microsoft broke.
When a game is dropping from 60 under 30, VRR is not happening.
Listen,
bought a
it
$2,000
no longer
TV to fix
fixes the issue, bro.
It doesn't.
It no longer fixes the issue, guys. And the reason why it no longer fixes the issue is because it never fixed the issue.
No.
Ever.
It only fixes screen tear.
How many times did I try to tell them, Link, all of this talk about VR, bruh? I said, dog, they're just using this shit to prop up the Xbox. I was like, it's not because it actually works, because they're trying to tell you these games that have frame rates all over the fucking place are gonna be cured by this fucking feature. That's bullshit. That's absolute fucking bullshit.
I mean, the game is still dropping frames. It may not stutter.
Exactly. It's not. It's gonna stop
everything, but
with
it's still
things. And here,
I'll
I'll show you some,
running like dog shit.
Here's some bullshit right
They
here.
got missing reflection. They got missing. I mean, what the hell?
Did you see the missing reflections, dude?
Mm-hmm.
The whole ass goddamn portal is
Now they
blank.
Now they saying it's because all the features on the Xbox aren't being utilized. That's why the game's running like dog shit. And then NX Gamer was arguing with who was he arguing with? Code Eastwood. Because Code was like, these features aren't being used. These full RDNA 2 features. And he was like, yes, they are. And it's not making a difference on Xbox.
Oh, I got that conversation. I got it.
Yeah. He said this shit is being utilized and it ain't making a difference.
Dude,
post that shit, Jazz.
I will post that one. But first, I want to point this bullshit thing. This is Microsoft's chart of why it's beneficial for Xbox and Blizzard before we leave this thing. And one of the things right here is benefits for the gaming industry is that greater competition in traditional gaming where Sony and Nintendo will remain the biggest. They tell you right here that even if they buy Activision, Nintendo and Sony still will remain bigger than them.
They just want to be in the same conversation as Sony and Nintendo.
Yeah, well, they're not. You got to earn that shit, dude.
No, you
gotta
don't.
earn that. Well, yeah, they got to earn
They
it.
said that they're the biggest publisher on fucking
on PlayStation with
Switch
Minecraft.
because of Minecraft. They want to be able to say that, yeah, we're the biggest publishers, you know, blah, 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 as if they created
something that they bought. They didn't even make that shit. They bought it after it was popular.
Wait, let me see where I had that conversation here.
Yeah, put that conversation up there.
Let me see. It was is this it? No, wait. I thought I had it saved. I thought I had it. If anybody has it, put in the link in the chat. I remember seeing it.
I can't even lie. When I saw that thing that you just posted, the chart saying why they should be able to, I laughed so hard
Dude,
when I
that's
see
such
that.
fake, dude. That's so fake.
Come on, man. You gotta laugh at that, bro. It's like, come
Yeah.
on, bro. Like,
Oh,
who is that for?
Yeah, I have the screenshot. Where is it? Well, here's some crazy stuff, right? Oh my god, I had so much stuff here, man. It's too late. Where the hell is this? Here, is this it? Yeah, here it is. I got it right here. I have so many things I wanted to do. We might have to continue this. So yeah, the NXG. So basically, examples of which games, because they were complaining about games not using it, and then NXG goes, examples of which games. Let me start. Dead Space Remake used VRS in both T1, PS5, and T2 SS. They removed it on all as it made no real impact to performance, but affected the image quality on all. Doom Eternal also uses VRS on the Series S and SS. Mesh shaders is hardly used in PC. Oh my god, Colt Eastwood and his mesh shaders. He puts that stuff on Twitter, and people are like, what do you mean about? What's about mesh shaders? And he always links them to his videos. That's what he does. All right? Listen, this guy, this is what he does. He comes up with stuff to get people riled up, and then he links you to his video as facts.
You have me right. Con men, thieves,
degenerates,
lowlifes, thugs, criminals.
He goes like, well, the mesh shaders are got to be utilized. And then somebody goes, what do you mean mesh shaders? And he goes, here you go. And he links him to his video. Like he's the source of the bullshit.
Wait, who? Colt?
Yeah. That's what he does. He posted, you'll see it. He posts something that's outrageous.
That dude's an ass clown.
And then what happens is that somebody responds to him, and maybe not somebody that is against him, but somebody that wants to learn more. And what he does, he goes, I speak about it here, and he always links them to his channel. It's this thing like it's like you're gonna join my club, you know, because he says right here, mesh shaders, it's hardly used in PC. How is that a PlayStation issue? Because he brings that up, mesh shaders, all the time. So then He says, you just answered and supported my statement. Holy smokes, you guys have a hard time with this. We're not seeing it yet. PS5 doesn't support Tier 2 VRS or mesh shaders, which is the future leading. This is what the Colt Eastwood says. Future leading and beyond cross-gen development. And he goes, and NXG goes, no, come on, Colt. Reality, and you said not being used? Really? I have two where it was and make no difference, or developers removed of their own accord the superior feature that you have, your view, superior feature, and that was not worth it. I'm still waiting for a real answer, Colt, and not a deflection.
He's an idiot.
Owned. Mic drop.
A few moments later.
That's the one thing I like about NX Gamer is regardless of what device, he's going to keep it a buck, right? Like, he doesn't always say good shit about PlayStation. Hell, he even slams certain things with PSVR, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I can respect that as long as I feel like what you're saying is the truth, right? And not just some made up bullshit like what Digital Foundry does. They make up shit to make these dudes feel good about themselves.
Yeah. Well, they're learning their lives are caught up with them too.
Oh man, fuck out of here.
But you see, like, the thing is that he is dragging along his community or whatever his followers are, as that there's this secret source that Sony is not supporting, but Microsoft has. And the guy's like, dude, it was there. They took it out because it doesn't do anything. And this is what they did leading up as Project Scarlet and Xbox Series X. It was this whole Xbox has all this technology and nobody's using it, and blame Sony. And dude, you're not gonna get it. Nobody. Tell me about Halo Infinite using mesh shaders, bitch. Tell me about that. Why are we waiting for third-party goddamn Doom Eternal, but that's them, but Dead Space Remake to use mesh shaders and all this other stuff? Tell me where it is in Halo Infinite. Tell me where it is. Their own game.
Why would Michael even have a conversation like this with Colt when Colt don't know shit about the shit that he's talking about? He knows nothing about it, and I know Michael knows he knows nothing about it.
His pin messages of him grabbing ass with all Microsoft employees. Like, that's his type message. As soon as you click on him, like, this is what these people do. They take a picture of Phil Spencer, they put it on their thing, and it makes it like, look at me. I know what I'm talking about. I talk to Phil. And it's like bullshit, dude. That's like taking a picture of goddamn Mickey Mouse and saying, like, I know Walt Disney. That's some bullshit. They're there to take pictures with you, fool. They're there to sign your ass. They're there to grab your ass. They're there to give you rooftop parties. They're there to wine and dine you because you're a sucker for that stuff. They're not your friends. They're not your insiders. They don't give you shit. They'll tell you one thing. Hey, tell them that there's mesh bullshit coming out of this left. And meanwhile, go, guys, yeah, we fuck with those influences. You're not their friends. God damn it. Take a picture of Mickey Mouse and think you're part of the fucking Mickey Mouse Club. You're not. That's for Goofy and Donald. You're not part of their club, all right? No matter how many pictures they take for you, how many consoles they ship you, you're not their friend.
VRS.
Oh, my God. And it doesn't make you a better seller of bullshit either, because guess what? None of this stuff is true because the facts are here. The developers are not using the shit that you promoted.
The dude said Tier 2 VRS, bro.
Yeah, Xbox has hardware VRS capabilities.
Yeah, that ray tracing baked on the chip, and Sony's using the soft one.
EA ended up taking the damn VRS completely out of the game because it fucked the image quality up so bad.
Yes.
And it didn't affect the performance. They're trying to use these bullshit ass features. VRS, I think Sick was saying.
No, I'm going to ask right now. Grinders, hit the like. I want to know people on the like button. Hit the button. When's the last time you heard about Quick Resume?
A long time.
Remember that feature? What happened to Quick Resume?
They don't even talk about it.
Quick Resume, anybody? Did you? What happened to that feature? It was like a life-changing feature, Quick Resume.
Now the excuse, now the excuse from Digital Foundry is they got more games that they're testing that run better on the PlayStation. They haven't, games they're testing right now that run better on PlayStation. I don't know if it was Alice Battaglia or one of them's excuse was maybe these games are running better because PlayStation is the market leader. They keep trying to come up with any excuse possible.
Of course they are. They're of course they
Hey,
are.
Jazz, even when the game got marketing rights on the Xbox, they're going to gimp the fucking Xbox version that has marketing rights with Xbox because PlayStation the market leader. This shit don't even make no damn sense, man.
I told y'all, bro. I don't know how y'all watch Digital Foundry, bro.
I didn't watch it. I saw the clip on Twitter. Somebody uploaded shit. And I was like,
the game runs better because they're the market leader.
That's it. Blame Sony.
Yo, this shit is funny, bro.
They're the market leader. But in aspect of the thing is, see it, Kratos. But the thing is that they need the thing is that it's time is money, and developers are not taking the time out for 20%. They don't care. And they're just making the PC port and put it on Xbox, dude. They don't care.
The damn console, it just does not run games as good as the PlayStation. It has bottlenecks. Mark Cerny showed you this.
Could it be that it's just easier to develop for the PlayStation?
Yes, that's what it is. Because Sony made sure developers can make games. Microsoft made sure that their games could run on cloud. That's what it did. And quick resume. You have 7 games running in the background for who? First of all, you go find 7 games, but then they're all running in the background, taking up RAM. Here's Randy Pitchford. Wait, I got Randy Pitchford right here.
Wait.
Moore's Law. Remember, Phil Spencer said in 2019. Phil Spencer says Digital Foundry does good work as Moore's Law slows and our performance ambitions increase to design innovation. Software innovations like VRS will be critical. See, this is where they get it from. That's why I can't really blame the Colts and these clowns for pushing this stuff. Like, the thing is that because it's coming from the goddamn horse's mouth. That's why. It's coming from that Phil Spencer lying son of a bitch. It doesn't matter. Whatever Phil says becomes gospel. And the problem is that man spits out shit every time he opens up his mouth. They should call him booty. Because
remember when
but they say it and they follow him, whatever he says.
Remember when both consoles came out and the multi-platform running better on the PlayStation, and Jason Ronalds said, what if Phil said they were going to look into the reason why the performances, the games were running worse on Xbox?
I got Randy Pitchford calling out Xbox Phil right here. He goes, if Moore's Law is like a 4-minute mile, your ambitious message for the Xbox One X is inspiring. But if for the Series X, well, that feels more like an excuse. Then, third-party games outperforming Series S. Microsoft vows to resolve the issues with devs. Why is the PS5 outperforming that in 2020? This is what they were doing. They were vowing to resolve the issue. But Randy Pitchford had a problem with Moore's Law slowing down. He goes, what are you talking about? You're basically saying that the Series X is not going to be where it is, and it's going to be other things. And Randy's like, that's an excuse. Why are you excusing like that? Because guess what? Microsoft doesn't want to make more ambitious games because that is not what their Game Pass model is based on. They can't make a $10 million game and throw it in a console subscription service for $15.
They can't.
So they're coming up with excuses why not to make those big games. And they're like, well, it's going to be VRS and technology. It's like, and that's why they need.
Where's the ray tracing? Where's the ray tracing on Xbox first party games?
Oh, it's coming to Halo on March 7th to the Shadows.
Oh, it is. It is
to the Shadows on PC, not on console. Not on console.
See, listen, they promised Halo Infinite was going to get ray tracing.
Yeah, on PC.
On the Xbox. No, they said on Xbox.
It's not coming.
Come on, bro. That is the funniest shit on planet Earth.
I got it right here. Let's see.
They are totally saying fuck the Xbox, bro.
Yep.
They're telling them right in their face.
Games missing reflections and shit, and Digital Foundry keep talking about it's a bug. At some point, it's not a fucking bug. At some point, it's the goddamn hardware, man.
I got it right here. Season 3, which nobody's talking about Season 3 in Halo because it has 2 maps and basically a bunch of user-created maps. Here it is. Ray tracing support will arrive for PC players on March 2023 when Season 3 kicks off, according to AMD. Features include ray trace shadows and big team battle and arena with improved performance, better shadows, and improved lighting. There you go.
This is sick. Remember when the generation first started and you kept saying this ray tracing shit is being overhyped?
Yeah, I still don't give a fuck about ray tracing,
listen,
bro.
they're not even offering. Listen, Jess. This is how they're able to offer ray tracing. When they were talking about ray tracing, they were talking about ray trace reflections. Now these games are just offering ray trace shadows, so they can say, "Hey guys, we're offering ray tracing. It's not the ray tracing we actually promised you, but it's there. Ray trace fucking shadows. Give me a fucking break."
And only coming to PC. They came in and put that trash on the console.
Because the Series S is dog shit.
Yeah, well, they'll have to do that. They'll have to say ray tracing only on Series X and not S, but they're not even putting it on any of the consoles. They're only putting it on PC. So
the game the game is not even graphically demanding, and it drops to 540p.
Yes,
on the Series
Sergeant,
S.
just the PC version.
Bro, they said fuck the console, dog.
PC ray tracing coming in March. Yes.
You know, that Atomic Hearts game, they promised ray tracing way back in 2018 on PC, and the game launched with no ray tracing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they realized that it's just to say "Me Too" that we're in ray tracing.
They were one of the first games to announce ray tracing.
Yeah,
and the
4K
game launched
60
with no
ray tracing. Yeah, Jack.
A few moments later.
Yeah, exactly. But with that, guys, I probably have so much more to talk about, but we will.
It's late.
Resume. It's late.
Wait. Before you actually leave the building,
did
y'all see Sony's foray into this whole influencer thing? Playmakers.
No, I didn't see it. What's that about?
Bruh,
who are they grabbing?
Look it up. You can save it for next show, Jez. Look up the Playmakers.
They're sending there Larry Herb to go see what's his name? Herman Holtz coming.
They're doing it a different way though. Instead of doing the whole grassroots, meaning just picking all the little peons from out of this weird ass Crumbside community, they're getting big people like LeBron James and fucking, those type of people, bruh, to advertise their shit. Yeah, man.
Oh, whatever.
I thought y'all would have seen that, dude. That shit been all over the internet.
Let's see the PlayStation. What the hell? PlayStation
Playmakers.
Whatever, that's all fake pure. Let them take the celebrities. Microsoft did their celebrities too. They had a goddamn. They had Odell Beckham Jr.
The Rock
flipping over the Rock. They had Odell Beckham Jr. with the Xbox One X or Series X. They had they do that. That whatever. That's all. They did that at Comic-Con too. Like it is what it is. Celebrities. That's what they're meant for, to do that stupid stuff. They don't play games. It's the people that they get where they think they make it look like that they play games and they don't, but they just cap for the things and make excuses. That's where you got to watch out for the low-hanging fruit. But anyway, hit that like button, grinders. We had a huge show tonight. I knew it was big. We had a lot, even though it was not a lot of topics on there. I knew it was going to be long stuff to talk about. Terry Crews that had, yes. But hit that like button. Let's go down the line. So we'll go in reverse. Link, tell them where to find you. Everywhere and nowhere.
You can find me at the Verizon store.
You'll find me lurking.
He's lurking.
Out of this shit.
He lurks.
I'm under the weather right now, but I just figured I couldn't resist getting on this shit.
No problem. Like, no problem. The folk feel better, man.
Yeah.
And then Sick, they know where to find you. He'd be streaming the rest of his stuff right now.
You can find me in PSVR 2.
That's it.
That's where you.
Y'all can find me on Lightfall tomorrow.
Oh yeah, you're doing Lightfall.
Oh, it releases tomorrow?
Yep. Well, tonight at midnight, I think.
Interesting.
Oh
I'm
man,
super excited.
More Destiny. Oh goodness.
I don't know.
Why you don't sound too excited?
Hey, this is the end of Destiny for me, because I stopped and then I went back and I stopped and went back, and I had stopped for like almost 6 to 8 months, and then when they said Lightfall's coming, I said, okay, this is it. This is it.
I'm getting called. Sinister said the show's trash because I didn't play the Game Pass song. All right, I got to get the 5 stars from Sinister. Dude, we're doing it.
We didn't.
Shit.
Oh, it's second on 2.
5 stars, baby. Give me those 5 stars.
12 minutes and 80s. And they're all on Game Pass. Somerville, like a requiem. Woo! What's the play first? And watch them play last. 2 ground.
Yo, who the fuck? Who sings that song, dude?
I don't know, man. That's some Xbox PR right there. I didn't have to grab ass on anybody of those executives to get their song. That's right.
Oh, it's hilarious.
It is the goodness of that. But just remember, and then we're gonna wrap it up with a Phil Ness flute. The flute. That's Phil's flute. Remember, grinders, you heard it here first. Phil's flute. And then more Phil flute. Phil got 2 flutes. Good job, Phil. And then, to wrap this up, here is the Herman Hulse quality flute to sign us out. There it is, grinders. And we'll let the credits roll. Thank you again. Hit that like button. Share it out. Subscribe if you're new. We're on our way to 2,000. And please, I need 2,000 subs because I need to. Need to compete, everybody, with the big dogs, please. And then Sick is me. Oh, I don't know if Sick heard about the USB. Sick, this is Sick in VR right now.
Watch out for that USB cable with PSVR. Do it weighs as much. Move the chains of Olympus, and you are going to get tangled and fall on your SS. Trust me, listen. This will be for free, and I only play on Compass.
Watch out for that USB cable. All you VR grinders out there. Sit the like button.
If you fall over your goddamn VR cable, something's wrong with you.
But it's that CNET guy, dude. He was twisted like a goddamn brajol in that thing. And then he was all I don't know. It was. You gotta watch, dude.
And then he said, "Was it CNET? Who was
it?
He didn't feel himself being.
Oh no, he filmed himself. He filmed himself. It looked like one of those late night infomercials. Like it's
I just
like
want to say
open
one
up the
more
cabinet.
thing. I got to say one thing before you go, Jez.
Yeah.
When you put on your VR helmet, right?
Yeah.
Does it start in pass-through mode?
Yes.
So that you can find your controllers?
Yes.
What the F is Lesson talking about?
How did that freaking dude on that whatever that damn?
Oh, the guy, blind man in an orgy? The blind man in
He's
an
a
orgy
liar.
guy?
Idiot.
Listen, he's starting off the same way Tony Polanco started off, the same way these other dudes started off, by saying stupid shit about PlayStation and getting other people to enjoy his stupid shit that he says. And
idiot.
I hate the fact that the guy's African and he's just so pathetic, man.
Just stupid, man.
Yeah, it goes right into it. As soon as you put the headset on, it goes in the pass through.
So you can find your controller.
Your controllers, yeah.
It literally goes into pass through. Your controllers light up, and you fucking pick them up.
He said he couldn't find the controllers.
There's a button right on your headset, even if you can't find it. You just press the little button to the right of your goddamn
you put your
power
controllers
button
on first, and you put the straps on, so then you can put the whatever.
What an idiot,
he listen, man. That whole damn channel is
Kind of
compromised
funny.
now. It's compromised.
Yeah.
And you gotta, just ask yourself though. Just ask yourself though. Would you feel comfortable for somebody thinking that you're a complete fucking idiot because you're trying to do some weird ass marketing shit for a different platform?
He should feel stupid. He should feel
all
stupid.
money ain't good money, dog. And when you put your life in the hands of somebody's ad dollars, bro, like look at the way these people are acting, like just complete imbeciles, bro.
Sergeant says the real reason LeBron went to PlayStation instead of Xbox, and he sent me the link to Space Jam, the Xbox exclusive, getting a 52 on Metacritic.
You know what?
LeBron says enough of this shit.
Was that
I'm not
game
gonna
really
say-
that bad? I don't know. I never played it.
Yeah, Space Jam been
It was
fast.
an Xbox exclusive.
Oh.
5 Metacritic.
It's like
people.
it's like an old Super Nintendo game, but really bad.
I mean, that's kind of how Octopath Traveler looked like, some old ass Super Nintendo.
5 people review this.
But
More people
Octopath
play the game.
Traveler
5
looks
reviews.
good compared to that. That Space Jam looks like it has like this earthworm gem kind of like graphic design, but worse.
Where's our Xbox Mondo and Xbox the Ocho to review this, to get the number up? I don't see them. See, they didn't, only 5 people reviewed this game. This was
I didn't say anything about it, but I will say this.
X exclusive.
Nah. Only 5 people fucking reviewed the game. Are you serious?
That's it, man. More people to play our games.
They were like, it's better we don't review that bitch because
this was Xbox. This is what they brought to Xbox PC and Xbox One. More people to play those games. There you go.
Man.
They didn't send Xbox the Ocho.
Playing this Metroid, right? This Metroid remaster on my Switch. As
it
good as I
don't
thought it
look
looked,
that bad though.
It don't look that bad, but
was the gameplay bad?
No, the gameplay.
So go play it. Tell us about it.
Here's my thing, and this is my big pet peeve with Nintendo. All Nintendo's buttons are backwards to me, right? It's like the old PlayStation 1 days. They haven't changed. They're backwards. So you got to get used to the A button being all the way over to the to the right. Okay, getting past that, Nintendo sticks are offset, which I hate offset sticks. Like I've been playing with freaking sticks across from each other for so long that I'm like, man. So I have a controller I've been playing with, but the problem, my biggest problem I'm having is like the game plays well, it looks okay, but the main problem I'm having is like I'm playing this game and I can notice like the textures are different. I can notice that it's a big leap right from last time I played it, but I've been playing games in 4K, at 60, at 120, 1440p. This game looks really what's the word? It's like really like it has that squiggly line look. Like there's a lot of squiggly lines. And you can see it on a 4K TV like really, really well.
Like the old school TVs?
No, I'm on a 4K TV, but it has like
no. But I'm saying it has like the squiggly lines, like the old.
Not like CRT, not like that. Not like
that's
scan.
what I'm thinking. Like scan
not
lines,
like scan lines. Like when you play the game on your PlayStation and you swing it like Spider-Man, you swing it, you don't see any jaggies. You can see jaggies on this game, like really, like it's apparent. And then like the textures, like I went through the whole first boss, got to the first world. And I got on my ship and I'm like, damn, that grass is muddy as hell. That grass is so, like, as soon as I'm looking around, I'm like, okay, the rain.
That is,
I can kind of see.
Frank, you're talking about the future home of Call of Duty. How dare you?
Look, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you like this. I understand why I don't play my Switch that often. That shit hurts my eyes after a while because I'm like, this shit looks bad.
It's all cramped.
Like, it just doesn't. Like the clarity isn't there. Like everything is.
It's a mobile
crisp.
game on your TV.
Yeah, and I don't. Yeah, that's what it is. And I don't like that's. And somebody was telling me the other day, it was like, you never take your Switch out your dock. I was like, never do. They was like, well, what's the point? I was like, well, Nintendo made it like that. They should have made me a home console. Because my whole thing is, I didn't want to buy the Switch day one. You know why? Because I don't play handheld games. Like that's not me. But the only reason I was like, I'm gonna give the Switch a try is because I had the Wii U and I beat Breath of the Wild on the Wii U, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna see how much different it is when I get the Switch. I'm gonna be honest with you.
It wasn't a big deal at all.
It wasn't a big difference. I was like, shit, man, this is a Wii, it's a handheld Wii U. And I was like, I hope the game, in my mind, I was like, maybe the games will look better and play better. Not really. Most of the games look like what they are. And it's like Nintendo went from Nintendo to Super Nintendo to GameCube, and then they stopped. And then all their consoles have been as powerful as a GameCube, I feel.
Well, there's rumors. Like, somebody was saying in the chat, there's rumors about the Switch 2 again.
But my whole thing is just, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think it's gonna, if that thing is mobile, and which it will be. If it's not, and I know it's not going to be, if it can't even compete up there in a sense of what's that Nvidia? What's the Steam Deck? If it can't even get up to the, I don't think it will. I think we're still going to get games.
Nintendo's not paying for that much stuff in there.
Look. I'll put it to you like this: I would be happy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'd be happy with the next Nintendo system with the power of a PS4 Pro. I don't think it's going to be even that powerful. That's asking a lot.
I don't think it's going to be that powerful either.
No,
I think it's
not
gonna
gonna
have
be
the
that
OLED.
powerful.
I think it's gonna probably
Yep.
gonna be like, you know how I have like the XL or
But
something like that. Like
but
that's what's
I
gonna
think
be.
Nintendo tried something because a lot of people don't realize like the Switch now can be up. The dock can be updated. So I think the dock. I think
That's
what
what I
Nintendo
always
may
thought.
do is. I think what Nintendo may do is for those who want to take it on portable, you're going to get Switch quality. For those who play it in their house, you're going to get a bigger boost of difference because the dock itself will actually put more power into. I think the dock is going to be the big difference with the Switch
All the
too.
tech is gonna be in the dock.
That's all the tech's going to be in the dock.
So I
So
thought
you
from
play
day
it on your
one they should have
TV.
done. Yeah.
Yeah, you might be able to get some 4K. I still think it's going to be like 1440p upscaled 4K. But my whole thing is, damn man, like I'm playing this damn Metroid game, and I was like, this shit it cannot be in 1080p because that shit does not look like it. I can tell. I'm like, damn, it can be in 1080p, and I know it's a 900p, but I know it. What I will say is it does run a lot 60, but like I can tell how outdated that game is. Like when you play a first-person shooter and your A button does the same thing as your left
You can
trigger,
reverse it,
I'm like,
can't you?
yeah. No. So it's standard. Your left trigger zooms in and your A button zooms in. I think it's the X button. No, wait, the X button shoots and your right trigger shoots. So it's like they got the face buttons are basically there's all the buttons are mapped. They didn't use a lot of buttons. You got to remember this is a GameCube game, which I still think the button layout on the GameCube is the best one. And then here's my biggest gripe. Because I don't play Switch a lot, I don't realize how tiny those buttons are so tiny on that controller. I'm constantly running around turning into a ball. So I'm like, damn, why do I keep turning? Because I'm pressing Y because the damn buttons are so damn close. I will honestly say, man,
little baby buttons.
Sony probably has the best controller right next to
I'm telling you, man,
Xbox's
DualSense Edge.
360.
I got head to
Yeah.
bed. Holy crap! This is like an after show.
Yeah.
I'm getting up out of
I
here,
gotta
guys.
go,
I
man.
appreel it.
Hey,
And
I'm staying up because the wife and
You're going
and
Destiny,
my sister-in-law,
dude.
they all in Miami, so I get to stay up.
It's sick they're telling you to
They're
do a
in Miami.
podcast after this one. Jez was going 20 minutes ago.
No, I'm not. No,
Hey, nah.
no, sir. I'm going to
I'm
bed.
This is
staying
the
up to
after
play
show.
Nightfall, and that's it.
Maybe we'll have to do some after shows. I don't know. But anyway, hit that like button, grinders. We are going, and yeah, we are out. But Frog gave his review. I had to do some Nintendo chatter at the end. Definitely want to talk about that. But everybody, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. I just checked. 30 more subs to 2,000. I can't believe it. Yes, we're still going Zero Steel, but we are leaving. That's a Grindhouse record.